everybody. Good evening and welcome. It's the Steel Toe Evening Show, the final one of the week. The last one. I'm Aaron. That's April.
Hey.
And you pieces of shit, you little pigs, you cult members following a grifting trickster. You guys were so damn generous last night that tonight's show is it's on the house.
Ooh.
It's on the finger.
Very humbling.
Thank you guys very much. It was I'm glad you guys enjoyed our election coverage last night. And I think what multiple people said about our election coverage last night was that it didn't feel like election coverage.
Is that bad or good?
Which was good. That was the main compliment that we got. What is that thing?
Where?
What is this? See that? What is that?
What is that?
Does anyone see the thing?
It's picking up your other camera.
I moved the other camera this morning for Corey, and it's in the corner.
Oh.
I got it. There we go.
That was freaky.
Out of sight, out of mind. What? Who the hell is that? What? That? Who the hell is that? That's Ray Finkel, the kicker. Why isn't he in this picture? Well, this picture was taken before the season started. Ray Finkel didn't join the team until the season had already begun.
I'm going to bed with that tonight.
But he got a ring. Yeah, he got a ring. Really? All right, sorry. I put my hands on my hat. Like that. All right. Thank you guys very much.
I will kill you if I hear that one more time.
Yeah, I can't stop. I can't stop doing it. I'm sorry. It's going to keep happening. Welcome to the show. As we said, on the finger, which means M.A. Mahalik. Thank you for the 5.
Man,
April, note it down for
I
tomorrow. He says, my state elected a stroke victim to the Senate. This is great entertainment. Not only did your state elect a stroke victim to the Senate, but you elected a dead guy. I mean, I guess it's better than the dead people voting, but you're not supposed to vote in a dead guy. A politician who died back in October, he has to stay on the ballot because you can't remove people once they win a primary in Pennsylvania. I don't know if it's that way in other states, but in Pennsylvania, if you die, they can't remove you from the ballot. So he still had to run, and he won.
How exhausting that must be.
The dead guy won. And so now they have to have another election a special election to replace the dead guy.
You could say he's winning in the afterlife.
Only politics works that way. Elias says, still sending you a tenner. See you tomorrow at 9 p.m. Is that Central or Eastern? I'm terrible at that.
Ooh.
I don't know. But I will talk to you then, Elias. Yes, I am terrible with time, as you will come to find out. So yes, $50, $55 or so into tomorrow's goal. Thank you guys very much for loving this program the way you do. M.A. Mahalik with another $5. Take that down for tomorrow. Says, in Pennsylvania, if you die, you can vote for president. Just ask my dead father. He's joking, YouTube. He was only kidding. Let's go into the chat here and talk to everybody. I got a lot of fun stuff for tonight, uninterrupted by any sort of panhandling or filthy begging, dirty bastards that we are.
It's a nice change.
We get to do just a full 2.5-hour show for you and go nuts. Frank Pellegrino, the wonderful Frank Pellegrino, DM'd me today.
Oh, yeah.
Frank had some news.
Like? Oh, it's not what I think it is it?
Chad was not happy with us.
Oh.
Chad did another show, and Chad decided to keep the steel toe thing going. Here's the thing about Chad. He won't abandon his dignity enough to go, well, at least people are talking about me. I got to keep that going.
Right. Why can't he just say, spell my name right?
Yeah, at least, he doesn't have the honesty to do that, but he also doesn't want to look like he's in a beef. So he's trying to do, I'm above it, but I'm a piece of shit too, and it's not working out for him.
It's colliding.
5 minutes into his latest episode, he had to talk about the old steel toe, and I got to tell you, it is pure what we've come to expect, pure 100% Chad Zumock copium. It's really good.
Did he at least say the name?
Oh, yeah.
He said it?
He finally said the name. He is pretending he doesn't know our names. He's back on that we're from Minnesota, not North Dakota anymore. He claims to know that. He also doesn't listen to us at all.
That's fine.
But he watched our entire E-Rock interview. So I don't know which one it is. It's hard to tell with old Chad, but we'll do that later in the show today. I've also got a little Opie, True Geordie. I'm really excited to do a deep dive into this True Geordie thing tonight. He is, I don't understand why he's losing all his sponsorships. I don't understand why this guy is being punished so hard. He's in a beef with one of the biggest pieces of shit out there. And as he's in this beef with the biggest piece of shit out there, they're saying mean things about each other. But he said it about a guy's supposed religion. So now, I mean,
now the whole religion comes down on him?
Well, here's my question. I know this is an innocent, naive question. In a perfect society, why can't we make fun of each other's religion?
Because everyone's too sensitive.
All of these people who are canceling him are fucking atheists. What do they give a shit if he makes fun of Islam or makes fun of Christianity or anything else? Who cares?
No, I totally agree with you, but sensitivity, bro.
They don't think, these corporate overlords don't think God exists anyway. So who gives a shit if you make fun of somebody's?
Because it gives them a purpose to stand up for somebody else.
And it gives you a goal. You should be kissing their feet and kissing their mole. Sloppy Joe, a sloppy Joe, yeah. Sloppy Joe, a sloppy Joe, ooh, ah. All right, anyway.
Piece of shit.
You got to remember, April came home and I had literally just woken out of a very deep sleep. So I've got that thing where, I woke up and I was groggy and now the nap is kicking in. So I'm feeling good today. Let's go into your guys' comments. Let's catch up with this, and then we'll go into stories and whatnot. Haji Daly says, your team lost, bro. I don't have a team. And if you're saying the Republicans are my team, which, okay, well, let's play that game. I'm pretty sure they won. The Republicans' problem is they set the bar way too fucking high for themselves. What were they expecting? Like, I'm the kind of guy who, look, I'm a Vikings fan. We're 7-1, and our record says we're 7-1. It ain't always pretty getting there, but we got the win. A win is a win. The problem with the Republicans is they set themselves up like, we're going to fuck them up in this state and that state. How about this? We're going to take the House. We're going to take the Senate. Biden can't do anything. That looks like that's exactly what's going to happen.
And I think so too, but today I tuned into The View for like 5 minutes shits and gigs.
Can I tell you this then, whatever you're about to say?
Yeah.
I'm sorry I was wrong.
Yeah, exactly. No, basically they're all saying, "Ooh, what happened to that red haze? What happened to all the Republicans?
red wave.
The red wave."
Yeah.
No, they've all called it different things.
Oh, did they?
Oh yeah.
The red period.
They went on to saying like, "Is this the end of Trumpism and all this shit?"
That I hope so. I will say this.
I agree.
That I hope so.
It's just
Enough
that they
of
can't
that
quit
fucking
talking about him.
guy. Enough of that guy and
And-
his candidates and all that shit. Like, so you know the guy in New Hampshire, Bolduc or whoever who lost.
Mm-hmm.
So he was like Trump's guy. Trump campaigned for him. He loses. Trump's shitting on him today.
Well, he didn't campaign well enough.
God. Oh, the guy.
I don't know.
He's tiresome.
The way like everyone's portraying the election yesterday, though, like my phone, I got so many notifications about, oh, the Republicans are, falling by the wayside and all this shit. It was really, they kind of got put on blast.
I mean, they're going to have the majority in the Senate. They've already clinched the majority in the House. I don't know what people thought of victory or like what. Okay, I'm sorry, but if it's the Senate, the best they could have done is like 55, 56 senators. They're going to get 51. They're going to have this runoff in Georgia, and there's no libertarian in there. Herschel Walker will get 75 to 80% of that vote. He'll win in a squeaker. I don't really understand what they wanted. What was their basis of victory? They'll have 51-49 in the Senate, plus they'll have guys like Joe Manchin and shit, and he'll vote with them sometimes.
I think everyone just thought because of how things are that they would just run away with everything, which is never going to be the truth. So
fucking babies. You know what I mean? Like just babies. We didn't win the way we wanted to win. It's bullshit. Who cares? You got the W. Take it. Move on. Adam says, I dare you to do a whole show of movie quotes. Don't dare me into something you know I'll accept.
He'll do an hour-long special for you.
Alex says, still hungover from last night. Had a lot of fun. Carrie Lake is still in it. I have a call to make. Carrie Lake's going to win. Carrie Lake's going to be the governor of Arizona. They've got too many votes left to count, and she keeps gaining and gaining and gaining. She's now 0.4% behind.
Oh, that's nothing.
Yeah, she's like 8,000 votes behind with 73% of the vote in. And if it keeps trending the way it's been trending, she's going to overtake Katie Hobbs. So that's, at the very least, that's close enough now where they're going to bog this thing down in a recount.
Yep.
So they'll do that.
It'll take a while.
I just think it's embarrassing to be Arizona right now. You can't count your votes. So I went to the Arizona, like I said, fuck NBC, fuck the AP. I want to go right to the source. I want to go to the Secretary of State website for Arizona and see what their count is. And what they tell you is 100% of the vote is in. What they don't tell you is, well, but 77% has been counted and tabulated.
That is sick.
I'm like, can we get on this? You guys thinking about counting today or what?
No, they just needed a nap.
Yeah, like I said on the show today, they ought to just adopt our system here in Minnesota, do it across the board, and be done with it. In Oregon, that the Republican governor, they fell behind further. Never mind.
Shit.
When we started the show, they were 1.2% behind. They've fallen back behind now by 3 points, so never mind. That one's not going to happen. The other one, Nevada, which is basically Las Vegas, they're going to elect a Republican. And then, you got the Arizona one. But as far as the Senate goes, the Republicans are going to win Nevada. They got called in Alaska, so they just need to win either Arizona or Georgia in that runoff. I don't think they're not going to win Arizona. They're 4.8 points behind, and there's 74% of that vote in, so I don't think they're winning Arizona. But that's enough. Is that okay?
Oh, it's fine with me.
Enough of the election stuff.
I don't care anymore.
Let's burn through you guys, your guys' comments. Does Pennsylvania have peanut butter? So it looks like the guy is talking. Skeezy says, again, more proof that democracy is fucking stupid. M.A. Mahalik says, no, I'm not joking. For real, I found out my dad voted in November 2020 after passing that May. Can you early vote in May, maybe? Can you absentee vote in May?
I don't know. How do you find that out, though? How do you just find out that your dad voted, but he's dead?
That's interesting to me. Atomic Citizen says, there are so many people who copy this show. Amazing. Are there? I haven't noticed. I haven't noticed people copying the show. I don't care either.
I feel like it'd be a hard show to copy.
First of all, I was going to say the opposite.
What?
It's not a hard show to copy. We're a talk show with two people who fuck around and goof on the news.
Okay, the level of weird shit we do, though.
All right, look.
Come on.
That part is difficult. Danger Bear Wolf Turtle with $10 says, "Oh my God, an election happened. Did you die though?" Yeah, like
Thanks.
It's and Balls Deep with $7 says, "Cheers, thank you very much, buddy." Zen Rhino says, "Why is April wearing a Spider-Man costume minus the mask?" Oh my God, you are.
I really felt like it tonight.
You're wearing a
That's it.
Spider-Man costume.
Yep.
Do we need to sing that Nickelback song for you?
No.
Okay. Oh, well, I mean, I would have.
No.
What, $1.99 from Max. Thank you very much, Max. Appreciate that, buddy. He says, "I can't figure this super chat shit out." You're doing fine.
Getting there.
Mizzle T Shizzle simply writes, "Me and Sloppy Joe got married. We got 6 kids and we're doing just fine.
I used to sing that.
Here in Long Ladyland." Hadouken says, "Adventures with Purpose got arrested kitty touching." I don't know who Adventures with
Jeez.
Purpose is, but that sounds like a bad day for him. Adam says, "My team is Steel Toe and we never lose." Wow. Okay.
Can you do your roid grunt? Thank you.
Is that a good roid grunt? I make my
It's
mouth look
good.
like a butthole when I do that. Well, you know something, dude. Every time I do a roid grunt, brother, I shit my pants just a little bit, man. Because the only way to flex and get your deltoids out, dude, and to show the people just how jacked you are, brother, is to shit your pants a little every time you flex, man. So what you gonna do when Hulkamania releases its poo, brother?
Hey, he's not the only one who shit his pants. Did you see that story?
We're going to do that, I think, tomorrow morning.
it.
We've got a pants shitting video.
So good.
Yes. Max with another $1.99. Thank you, buddy. He says, "Now you can make the payment on your mom car." Thank you, I think.
Thanks.
M.A. Mahalik says, "I'm a registered non-voter because I'm tired of choosing morons to lead morons." Well, you're a moron.
Yes.
Danger Bear, I didn't miss yours. You're good. Standalone Cake-Horn says, "Arizona Secretary of State, order those pizza boxes and copy those blank ballots." Here's what people counting votes and reporting votes in Arizona need to learn. Control-C, Control-V, Control-C, Control-V, Control-C, Control-V, Control-C, Control-V. All right, I think we're done here.
All done.
Why are all 16 of these counties the exact same vote totals? Couldn't tell you. Oh.
I do hate that was a swing state too, because then it makes me think that they're like saving that state for like whichever situation they need help with.
You know what I like about Arizona, though? It's so fucked up and it's so terrible that I don't think it's corruption.
That could
Like,
be.
they just suck.
It's a bunch of snowbirds down there.
Right. If you're going to be, like, if you're going to fix something or you're going to rig something, just look so fucking stupid that everyone just assumes you're retarded.
There's no way you could have pulled it off.
And they're like, they're not rigging the election. These people are just dumb. And then we'll all live more peaceful lives. You know, it's like you said. Maybe we can just go back to lying about everything.
I think
so
we
we don't
should.
need to know about it.
Always lie.
Adam says, "I can name more chat members to this show than people who ran for Congress in my area." That's not necessarily good. I would not recommend that be a regular thing in your life.
I will say that most people in this chat are probably better than the politicians.
Don't assume that with this crowd.
I love a lot of people in here.
Cool Boy says, Aaron should make out with April upside down. I should be hanging from a building, and you should be pulling down my mask and giving me a smooch.
I thought I was Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah, that's true. You have to hang upside down.
You're the girl.
I have to be, Julia Stiles?
No, Kirsten Dunst.
Fuck!
You fucking guy.
Yeah, you know what? You know what I say to that? I'm not backing down. Tomato. I mean, really.
What did you say again?
Late 90s blonde girl. Same thing. Julia Stiles, Kirsten Dunst.
I guess.
You cast one when you couldn't get the other.
Julia Stiles looks like a cat, though. She's got a cat face.
I see we're getting catty, bitches. Adam Touche says, "They're all going to laugh at you." All right, now I'm not going to listen to Adam Sandler bits.
I will.
John Smith says, "They're copying your show like Schaub did Nick Swartzen's fajita joke." Ooh, speaking of Brendan Schaub and copying.
Uh-oh.
I have something for tomorrow's show. Brendan Schaub started a new podcast with Dalia and some other guy.
Come on.
Because, Theo Vaughn left him.
Yeah.
He completely ripped off not only the name from a couple of guys, but the logo.
The logo. I did see that.
It's identical.
Ugh.
Like, you know what I think it is? Brendan's got, it's like the James Corden joke stealing thing. Brendan's got people working for him who fucking hate him.
They're setting him up.
They're setting him up to look like a bag of shit.
That could be fun, though.
Because you can't, Brendan may be dumb, but he's not dumb enough to where he's just going to blatantly rip something off.
What if the big gay lion's actually like a mastermind and he's doing it?
Now
because he's so close to Brendan that Brendan would never suspect him.
April's being catty. We can now officially announce the newest member of Steel Toe Media, Big Gay Lion Mark Harley. That's no.
I disavow.
No.
Big time.
He's got a voice like a date. Never mind. I don't know if I
actually don't know his voice.
They're copying. William Walsh says, "What garbage, Aaron? Have on April to be a co-host." I am. That's what I
think they're mad at you.
That's what I'm doing. Why are you upset at me? I'm doing exactly what you're telling me to do. Danger Bear Wolf Turtle says, I think I need to refresh it. Says live, but I think I'm behind. That sounds like a personal problem.
Touch the screen and hit the word live.
John Satera says, hey, Hulk, what's that smell? Dookie. Continuing on, M.A. Mahalik with $2 says, I will run on the Kanye platform. Good luck. April, fun. Add another 5 to tomorrow. Elias says, I'm in Texas.
Thank you.
Aaron in my Keegan Michael Key voice. All right, thank you. Julia Stiles was hot for a bit. She was hot career-wise, yeah, big time.
Career-wise, yes.
Jesus
Christ. Sorry.
Can we get that goddamn thing under control?
I thought I put it on
Sorry, April's got one of those vibrating eggs in her asshole, and it just went off, and it's really distracting. I apologize on behalf of her. Danger Bear Wolf Turtle says quarter for telephone. I don't know what the fuck you guys are talking about. I'm just trying to get caught up here. Mad Max Mardigan says Julia Stiles aged far better than Kirsten Dunst. But honestly, they're women. How did you expect a gay man to remember their names? Triple N says a date grapist has to be way more charming than a regular one. Lewis says, Aaron, speaking of cats, please check out Cool Cat. Okay, I will. I promise.
Who is Cool Cat?
I don't know. N-word says, fucking Liz Hurley stayed hot for decades. Oh, did she ever?
Elizabeth Hurley is a smoke show.
She's doing great.
And I just saw today Jennifer Aniston is 53 and she is still smoking hot.
Steve Hutch just gave me troubling news. Kirsten Dunst married Todd from Breaking Bad. Fat Todd.
Oh.
Remember
I do remember
my
that.
favorite thing about the Breaking Bad universe is that they made El Camino and they threw so much fucking money at everybody that they all said yes to doing it. And Todd got so fat between 2014 and 2019 when they filmed it.
Like, you can't lose the weight for a fucking movie.
Oh.
That guy was like double the size.
You know what he probably said? I'm going to do 4 scenes and you're going to pay me how much? Yeah, for $250,000 more, I'll lose the weight.
But it's fucking ridiculous. I laughed my balls off the first time I saw it.
It took me out of every scene he's in.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, he wasn't a fat shit. He was like a regular, he wasn't skinny, but he's a regular build guy.
He was pretty little.
Before. Atomic Citizen says, can we get the steel toe vibrating bean in the merch shop? Unfortunately, no, but we will work on it.
Maybe.
N-word says, Jennifer Aniston in that film Horrible Bosses was such a hot MILF. Agreed. Danger Bear Wolf Turtle, Hello Quarter for Telephone was an Adam Sandler bit. I don't remember that one. Jennifer Connelly is still smoking hot.
Jennifer Connelly is okay, but like attainable.
What if I never thought Jennifer Connelly was that hot in the first place?
I think if I saw her in person, she'd be pretty hot.
Stop saying Dolly Parton's attractive. That grosses me out. William Walsh says, Aaron, if no one using their tickets for a show to see you, speaking of VIP, they can give it to someone to use. Okay. Zen Rhino says, you didn't know that Eric Griffin, the guy who played Montez on Workaholic, is the third guy on The King and the Sting and the Wing? I don't know what the fucking Eric Griffin is, and Workaholic sucked ass. Don't like Workaholics, guys. Please don't be Workaholics fans. It is such lame white boy shit. Don't. You're better than that. Anytime I hear someone says, you know what was funny? I always cross my fingers and I say, don't say Workaholics or Big Bang Theory. If you say Workaholics or Big Bang Theory, I now have to think less of you, and I want to think the best of everyone.
Where did they touch you?
They fingered my ass, but I didn't want to talk about it. That's the problem.
Well, the first step to recovery is talking. But
don't you know that us victims are supposed to talk about it when we're good and ready?
Yeah, you'll get around to it.
Zen Rhino says, next Aaron will say he doesn't know who Al Madrigal is. I watched the Jon Stewart Daily Show, motherfucker. I know who Al Madrigal. Oh, that's a Brendan Schaub reference, I think. Ulrich Firelord says, I tried to watch Workaholics once or twice and thought it was just very stupid and just kind of waited for it to get funny, but it never did.
I found myself missing Letterkenny today.
I like that they come out like every year and a half with like 6 quick 30-minute episodes, and then you're done with
They're
Letterkenny
almost too
for a
quick,
year.
though.
It's perfect. They don't overstay their welcome. They come in, they tell a few jokes, they get the fuck out. It's
I
nice.
could do with more of it.
You are the one who, when a new season comes out, you always go, I'm so disappointed. And now you're like, no, I miss them. You are such a
The
girl.
last couple seasons weren't the greatest. I want them to be better.
Okay, well then just accept what you have and be happy.
I want them to go back to what is that? My favorite episode with the Dick family.
Summertime for Dicks?
Dicks come out or something
Dicks
like
come
that.
out. Yeah, that might have been
That's
the
my
one.
favorite episode.
Where he has them try all the sausages
Yeah,
and
I
stuff, the meat.
need that one.
Yeah, that is a very good episode.
It's my favorite one.
All right, guys, let's do some stuff here. Biden teases 2024 announcement early next year. He says he's going to tell you whether or not he's running again early next year. I honestly flip a coin. I don't know what he's going to say.
Yes, he's going to say yes.
You think he's running?
I do, because he's already hinted at it. Like, oh, I think I'm in fine form.
Yeah, well, we're going to find out who calls the shots.
Can we get a physical on the guy at least?
No.
Can we take some tests?
It's like that Bo Burnham song. Don't tell me because I don't want to know.
That's true.
I don't need to know. It's like...
It's Toby Keith. I wish I didn't know now.
Yeah, it's like when you have cancer and you know you're dying. If you go to the doctor, you're just going to die quicker.
It's true.
You know, if you cough up a little blood, you're like, I can power through this. It's like the power of your mind. But if you go to the doctor and they tell you you're dying, you just give up and croak.
I did that for like a year. I had horrible stomach pain, and I could never figure out what it was.
Yeah.
And then I found out there was a tumor, and finally I thought I was dying.
Right.
It was over now.
Zen Rhino says if Republicans win control of the House and the Senate, he might just get impeached. No, trust me, he's
way.
not going. You have to commit a felony to be impeached.
Okay, how many kids do you have to sniff?
Sniff all the kids you want if you're president.
What if he sniffs a special one?
I think you can go tard sniffing and still be president.
Damn it.
I think it's allowed. I think you can cover that up.
I think that's actually a prerequisite now.
Got to be a tard sniffer. So yes, he's going to announce early next year. Trump will apparently be announcing before that. Some people are saying next week. I really hope he says, no, I just don't want two old guys running against each other again.
Nope.
I was tired of that election before a vote was cast the first time.
I need somebody new and fresh in there.
Yeah. William Walsh with $5 says, I prefer when you have a goal. Why?
Thanks,
The
William.
whole point of memberships is like eventually, we hope in a year or two, we're not going to have a goal. That would be really fun. But thank you for the $5. That goes towards tomorrow, which we're probably about $100 into as it is already.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Hold on. Have you checked PayPal?
Yes, I have. There's nothing. We're good. Guys, just take it easy. We met the goal tonight. Just sit back and enjoy yourself. Lauren Boebert. So a bunch of like the Tony Michaels types. They were celebrating Lauren Boebert. She's their big MAGA boogie woman. Mm-hmm. And she was trailing last night in Colorado, and they went, well, she's done. Stick a fork in Lauren Boebert. She's finished.
And then?
You gotta wait until all the votes are counted.
Oh, no.
It seems as though Lauren Boebert is storming back and is now only 62 votes behind her opponent,
That's what you get.
with more than 95% of the votes counted.
Oh, my God. That's so tight.
But you got a couple thousand votes left out there, and she only needs to win by 63.
There's a serious chance there.
I'm predicting this. I'm predicting Carrie Lake's going to win in Arizona, and I think Lauren Boebert's going to hang on in Colorado. I just think she is, because all these, it's like it's the reverse of 2020. In 2020, all these Republicans were kicking the shit out of Democrats, and you woke up in the morning and the numbers had shrank. It's the complete opposite now.
Yep.
These Democrats in a lot of these states were ahead last night. Republicans were all depressed, and now this morning they wake up and they go, oh shit, we only need Georgia or Arizona, and we've got our red wave. We got the Senate and we got the House. So everybody gets all apoplectic the night of, and it's like, guys, this is America in 2022. We don't know how to fucking count anymore. Think about that. With all the technology we have,
Yes.
like in the 90s, we were counting shit and elections were done in a night. You knew who the president was before you went to bed. And now with way more technology and way more instant shit, we can't get this shit done in 24 hours.
That's because we have relied on all that shit so much now that we don't know how to do it by hand anymore. When shit goes down.
That's true. That's a good point.
We don't know how.
Yeah, it's a dead heat. 95% of the vote in. Lauren Boebert's trailing by. NBC has her trailing by 73 votes.
That's insane.
That is fucking nuts.
Oh my God.
So it looks like the Republicans might actually pull that one out. As far as the Senate goes, the Republicans are going to win in Nevada. No movement in Arizona, and they're heading for here's where Herschel Walker is probably going to win in Georgia. There is a libertarian candidate, Oliver, who's got 2.1%. You give Herschel Walker 1.4 of that 2.1, and Republicans tend to vote libertarian. Not a lot of Democrats vote libertarian. Now, those libertarian votes could either stay home. That's a possibility.
Okay.
Or they could go to Herschel Walker, and he ends up winning. So I think the Republicans are still looking. I think it's still a coin flip for them to take the Senate. As far as Arizona goes and the Kerry Lake thing, yeah, that's a 0.4. That's insane how close that is. But that Lauren Boebert thing, there's going to be a lot of people having little mini heart attacks if she ends up pulling ahead.
I'm sure we'll see some good meltdowns.
They were partying last night like, yeah, fuck her. She's gone, that mega. And I think Lauren Boebert and that Marjorie Taylor Greene are nuts too. But you know me, I just like it when people get really excited and then their hope is taken away.
They're crushed.
I don't care if they're Republican or Democrat. Like, if you have a lot of hope and you're being obnoxious about it and then bad things happen to you, I giggle.
Aaron just wants to see you cry.
I like it when really proud people cry. That's my favorite.
It's a good, personality trait to have.
Yeah. Did Stacey Abrams ever concede? Yes, but she said she's still going to run. She's just not tired of losing yet. Poignant Pachyderm says, if we can't count, how are we supposed to know what apoplectic means? That, you know what? That is a great point. I'm sorry for using those words. Really, really, really mad. How's that?
Really mad?
Yeah. Zero Dark Tony with $9.99 super chat says a three-way with Boebert and AOC. That would bring America together.
Oh my God. I don't know what Boebert looks like.
Boebert, she's kind of like AOC where she's fuckable, but there's some weird shit about her that you can't put your finger on.
It's her teeth and her eyes that really throw her off.
Lauren Boebert, it's like her nose is tiny and her face is weird, but she's cute. I don't know. Lauren Boebert's a weird one.
I never hear people complain that your nose is too small.
She's got a weird nose. I don't like her schnozola.
Oh, it's how she holds her mouth.
And a weird head.
I know who that is. We've watched her give speeches.
Yeah, she's got a weird head, man. There's your Lauren Boebert. She's
cute, though.
Yeah. She fucking
Remember, you have to, grade on a curve for politicians.
Right. Politicians are, what do they call it? Hollywood for ugly people.
Sure.
Yeah. I think Zero Dark Tony says it perfect. They're both a solid 6. I might give them a 6.5. Both of them.
What a generous guy.
Political 8s.
Oh, whoa.
Political 8s. Farfik Nugan says maybe before it was because before they just said who they wanted and they didn't even count it. Ooh, maybe. Maybe they were just like, oh, here's my vote. And they're like, yeah, we'll count it. And then they just got enough votes counted for a sample size. And they're like, yeah, that sounds about right. Go ahead and tell them that's the vote count. Perfect. Triple N says DeSantis and his wife may as well be 10s. Yeah, if we're grading on the political curve.
They're both 10s. I think in real life I'd put them both as a 10.
I think they'd both probably have to be political 10s.
Real life, what do you say then? Because they're both very, very
His
attractive.
wife's probably a 7.5.
God, you were cruel.
And he's probably about a 6.5, 7.
Oh my God.
What?
You were mean.
You've got a weird daddy
You're a mean
thing.
person.
I can't help it.
I've got a weird daddy thing?
Yeah. I mean, DeSantis is a good look. A 7 is a solid number. What's wrong with a 7?
I just would have put him higher.
God. Zero Dark Tony says can't use 7. Sorry. I'm sorry.
There's no 7 allowed.
Yeah, Lemmy says it right. 7.5 is cruel.
I would have put him higher than that.
God, you bitches. What do you want?
He's at least an 8.5.
Do you know what kind of a C word you would have to be to get
Skeezy
a 7.5?
says the same thing. Look.
Daddy DeSantis is adorable. How dare you, sir? A 7 is good. A 7 is like you got a weird titty. and the rest of you is great.
You've got a third titty.
No, just a goofy one. Just one that's like a wonky eye, you know?
So a third titty.
It's like trying to run away from your body, and you're like, what's the fuck's up with her titty?
Stop doing that.
Yeah.
Don't have that.
If she had great tits, she's an 8.5 to a 9. 10s don't exist, so there you go.
That's true. There are no 10s.
And 9.5 is like you're medically altered, scientifically altered to remove all the fat and everything else. Yeah.
Who's a 9.5?
Like prime Eva Mendes.
Oh my God, that is not okay.
Prime.
I can't stand her.
God, women hating women. Look at this.
No, I don't hate women. I just don't like her.
Prime Scarlett Johansson.
I'd agree to that.
Prime. I would say like Hitch Eva Mendes might be more attractive or as attractive as Scarlett Johansson. You might just be racist.
That's insane.
Yeah, you might be
that is
a racist.
Really
you might
wild.
be a total bigot. Possibly. So yeah, 9.5 is difficult. I wouldn't give Gal Gadot a 9.5. She's an 8.5, but
Really?
that's fine.
See, she's really hot.
Well, you know what my problem is.
The music.
No.
Oh. Okay.
Didn't put that together right away, did you? Don't write a Star of David in your notebook. Jesus Christ, what the hell's the matter with you? They can trace that shit.
I would never.
Cross it off then. Yes, prime Leslie Jones, stuttering John's fingernails. That is a 9.5 on the Richter.
You're an Amy Schumer guy, aren't you?
When I go out to get the mail, it measures on the Richter scale. Ham on whole wheat. Sorry. All right, guys, let's go to the next thing, shall we? Obnoxious bitches. So we're kind of like staying in the same realm.
It's a theme.
That's nice. And then I really want to do this True Geordie thing because I find it to be the most estrogeny male conflict on the internet I've seen since the last thing Ethan Klein was involved in.
Got it.
I'm too pretty to work. Fuck getting up at 6 a.m. every day for 60 years. A young TikToker is ready to give up the rigors of gainful employment, saying she's just too pretty to bother with a job. Lucy Welcher, social media influencer with more than 10 million TikTok likes, made the bold declaration in a recent video that has fiercely divided the internet. I do not want to work for the rest of my life, the blonde brazenly stated at the outset of her viral clip. Does it look like I want to get up at 6 a.m. every fucking day for the next 60 years? Okay, I like her. I got to see this clip. Oh, she took it down.
Why would you take that down?
She's getting shit. No, I'm too pretty for that, Welch subsequently snapped before taking a sassy sip of her iced coffee.
Ew, who wrote this?
What do you think, woman or man?
Woman.
Okay, let's see. Andrew Court. Wow.
Well, fuck Andrew.
He's into the butthole pleasures, perhaps.
Maybe.
Who knows? Viewers were quick to chime in with their own thoughts, with many slamming the self-confident content creator, labeling her lazy and entitled. All right, too hot to work. Remember, this is the bar she set for herself. Mm-hmm. Here you go. I don't think they took the most flattering picture on this one. That might be intentional.
Look at her eyebrows.
Okay, look, they're kind of sandbagging this bitch.
Do you see that?
This one, she's kind of cute. But look, she's got a weird titty. I told you.
She has no bra on in that picture.
But that's a weird titty. Don't have a weird floppy titty if you're going to say you're too hot to work. That titty is just fine. Nothing wrong with that one. This one's like sad about something. This one,
it is kind of slumped.
This one just got some terrible news about a relative that's close to them. And now it's just kind of like, oh, I don't want to go anywhere today. You guys go without me.
It's the Eeyore titty.
Yeah, that's
the titty's been sandbagged.
Yeah, that titty's just going, oh, bother. So you can't say you're too hot to work and then come at me with a rack like that.
She is cute, but yeah, I would never think you'd have the audacity to say you're not going to work.
However, I will say this. I appreciate her attitude. I wish more women were like her. Women are born with this fucking advantage and they don't use it because they think they want to be dudes. They think they want to be guys and go to work and have a career and climb the ladder. Fuck off. It's going to make you ugly and gross and childless and unhappy, you piece of shit. Stop wanting a career. Be hot. Find a guy with money. He'll fuck the shit out of you. He'll give you a great house. It gets to be your palace that you get to take care of. Who wants to go to work?
Where do I sign up?
This woman has a great... You are at home all the time. This woman is like, I'm too hot to work. Good. That's the spirit. There you go.
Yeah.
Then you won't end up with so many fat broads.
If you could pull it off, you might as well do it.
Yes. This is the way to go. I mean, yes, as a person, she's unlikable. And she's got a remarkably inflated sense of self-confidence. But some like IT millionaire with a small dick and geeky looking glasses would take her in and be like, here's the deal. I'll bring home shitloads of money. You do whatever the fuck you want with it.
Or if she wanted to like have an OnlyFans, she's good for the spank bank, I guess.
See, even OnlyFans,
There's somebody
though,
for her out there.
even OnlyFans, it's like, I don't know.
What?
I just don't like it's like what Corey says, you know, like, oh, I don't need a man. It's like you're literally, your living is men.
No, she doesn't need a man. It's many men.
She needs many men. Many, 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 many men. Wish jizz on her. It's a remix. Yeah, I like the attitude. I like the idea. I just shut the fuck up and go find a guy now. See, now that's where her and I would have serious problems, is she would come to me for help. She would go, Aaron, this is what's happening to me. Like, I'm a publicist. Let's say I'm a publicist.
Okay.
She comes to me. She goes, Aaron, I'm getting torched on the internet. And I'd say to her, you got it all figured out. You're too hot to work. Good. She's like, yeah, that's right. I don't want to have a 9 to 5. And I'd say, go find yourself a nice, wealthy guy. Fuck him, have babies, and take care of his house and build it into your own. That's sexist. You're a piece of shit. I'm like, what did you think? You were just going to sit home and money was going to fall on top of you? How did you think this not working thing was going to happen, bitch? You've got to go out there and find a guy to pay for your shit. And in exchange, you gargle his balls and take care of his house. It's a pretty neat deal. You might even want to fuck him once in a while.
You might.
Maybe.
If you're lucky, you'll get a hot one.
And a forceful one and a misogynist who's going to dominate you. You'd love it. Sorry. Projecting my own self.
What the
there.
fuck is going on?
I don't know. You know me. When I take my misogyny for a walk, it gets off the leash.
It always leads me, especially when I'm not on the show. I find myself wondering, where did the woman touch you? Like, there's somebody out there that fucked you so bad.
It's not that.
It is so ugly.
That's not what it is at all. It is you gals don't want the secret getting figured out. I expose a lot of your deep-seated insecurities, and I tell you, it's okay. Embrace them, because you guys keep working on your shit. It ain't getting better. It's biologically into your DNA. Embrace it. You are what you are, and be happy with it. That's all.
You do make me hate myself sometimes.
No, I don't. I tell you to embrace yourself. Stop being so insecure. Stop worrying about things.
Maybe if we'd stop hearing this so much.
I love women. I love what they are.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. They don't.
You do not.
I love what... Okay, this statement is 100% correct. I love women. They don't love themselves.
Okay.
I accept them for what they are. They run from it and fight it. They fight nature. And I tell them, it's okay. You're not a dude. You don't have to be. I like that you're not a guy. Don't be a guy. It's not going to work out. We're better at being guys. We've been it our whole lives. We don't need any more of us. We're big, shouty, angry, sweaty monsters, and we stink. Don't be like us.
That's true.
Be a thinker, not a stinker. Anyway, that woman, I like her.
Okay.
I like her, but she's got to get on the right track.
You know what? I think she's getting there, by God.
You think so? Stop shaming Aaron for being right. Chris says, Aaron is telling the world. The world doesn't want to hear it. They'll be happier. Lemmy says, if we didn't hate ourselves sometimes, that would mean we didn't think there was room for self-improvement.
That's also
but
true.
But you guys are the queens of throwing the baby out with the bathwater. That's all I'm saying. He gave the solution and she rejected it, said Omega Dreads Gaming Channel. Well, she hasn't rejected it yet, has she?
I don't think she said that yet.
Yeah, she hasn't hired me as a client. We'll see. Loaded Wrench says, I love bitches with low self-esteem. See, now that's where I am not a misogynist. I like confident women. I do. I like women who know what they are. I don't like women who are confident for things they aren't. I don't like bad bitches because they're liars. You're not a bad bitch. Like I always say, I could make you cry very easily.
I definitely don't like it when people say they're a bad bitch.
Right. You know, I look at like a Marine who's got an angry drunk on at the bar and I go, that's a bad motherfucker. I'm not going to step to him. Why? Because he doesn't have to go around saying he's a bad dude. It's written all over him. Yeah. A woman goes, I'm a bad bitch. It's like, I know it's not socially acceptable to challenge you to a fight, but you do need to lose one. You really need to lose one to get you back on the right track. And you just hope that a really angry fat girl will do it for her. That's the role angry fat girls play. Is they can maybe, awesome Kong a bitch and then set them straight. By the way, the last about 90 seconds of this rant, totally working off the top of my head. I reserve the right to change this rant tomorrow.
It was top of mind for him.
Yeah, I reserve the right to change this rant in 30 seconds as soon as I read a comment where I go, that sounds better. Good evening, douches. Hello, Marquise. How are you, buddy?
Hey,
we're just this is how we do the evening shows. We do a story, chat. Chat happens to be very busy today. Stuttering John's fingernails says, Aaron, Adesanya or Pereira? I don't know enough about Pereira to make an educated guess, but I'll say this. I got to roll with Adesanya until he loses the title. But then again, I was that way with Usman, and he just recently lost. And I was that way with Oliveira, and he recently lost. So maybe it's time. Okay. Maybe it's time. Marquise says, I love women with low self-esteem. It makes it an even playing field trying to get them. See, at
least he's being honest.
I don't like girls with low self-esteem. I want them to be built up.
He's trying to raise women up.
I'm trying to build them up. But they keep second guessing themselves about shit. And you keep saying, stop it. Wait until something bad happens. Women always worry that something bad is going to happen. Men just kind of charge in head first until something bad happens. And then we go, once we crack our head on something, then we'll deal with it. Women go, I don't want to do that. I could crack my head on that. It's like, yeah, but you could not too.
There's a chance.
Yeah, but fuck it. Give it a shot. If you get through, you don't have to worry about it anymore. Zen Rhino says, I like girls with daddy issues. I support them $1 at a time as they try working their way through community college. Oh, boy. It's continuing on here. I don't even know where I am in the chat.
You did lose it, yeah.
I did lose it. All these guys who are pro low self-esteem has never had a crazy girl in their driveway at 2 a.m. Exactly.
So, that sounds scary.
Exactly. N-word says, yeah, the crazies that try to stab you and shit because the cops protect them. Oop, sounds like somebody's got a little personal experience.
Sounds a little projecty.
Danger Bear Wolf Turtle says, I'm with Aaron on this one. I like confident, sexy women. I like women who are confident with being women. You know what I mean with the confident ones, but they're confident because they think they're dudes?
Yeah, you're talking about the ones that say they're a bad bitch and that they're not.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, I can hang with the guys. Yeah, I bet you can't. We always have to put the training wheels on when you guys think you can hang with us. Like, man, I'm just like the guys. Guarantee you're not. Do you know how many things we are holding back in our head that would horrify you if we let them out? Thousands.
I feel like that goes both ways.
Try us.
I feel like there's a reason we don't try each other.
Oh, I want to shove a candelabra in my pussy. And we're like, yeah, fucking I'll go buy one.
Ouch.
The bottom end.
Oh, thank God. I was really worried.
I don't know. It's got a big platform on the bottom, though.
Yeah, but you stick the other end out and you twist it a little. You're yanking the whole guts out.
Jimmy it. Yeah, you got to kind of work it. We're going to do a YouTube how-to video on how to properly insert a candelabra into your vagina. And just to be pro all sexualities, we're going to do an asshole one, too. And then on the OnlyFans, we'll do the ass-to-mouth one.
Yes.
Citizen M says, if Aaron's excess confidence transferred to balance out April's inherent self-doubt, can you imagine how fucking boring Steel Toe would be? He's got a point. I think I know what you're saying. And I like that. Yeah, Triple N says the constant N-bombs dropping in my mind.
Okay, mine too, though. I mean, come on.
There have... now, I'm going to leave that one for me. You guys don't get that one. I'm going to pull that one back. Nate says, you guys look good. No more purple. I like that Nate's happy. I like that Nate's happy, but there's something like the end of an era or like the end of a video game mission in Happy Nate. I know. I
liked it more when he was bitchy.
I've spent all this time making Nate happy, and now he's happy. I don't know what to do with me anymore.
You have no purpose in
What
life.
does the warrior do when there is no war to fight? That's what we're going to find out.
Roll over and die.
That's about it. Farfik Nugan says, but you wouldn't be able to hang with the gals, and that's fine. We have to have a balance. Please.
Well, that is true. Are you saying you want to hang out with girls and you think you could hack that?
Like the shit they do?
Right.
No, but because it's remarkably boring. I mean, there's a reason you guys all try to fight to get into our spaces and we never fight to get into yours.
Jesus Christ, I feel like I never think that way.
No, I'm talking about like societally, country clubs, things like that. Women are always like, it's unfair that it's only the men. You never see us go, oh, sewing circles and fucking scrapbooking places. Why don't you let the guys in? You guys beg us to go to that shit. I mean, you as in the
fight
room.
our way into the voter booth. Too.
Yeah, and the workplace and everything else. Every place we told you would hate, you begged us to let you in. You knocked down the door. You came in there like Carrie Nations with a fucking tomahawk, and you said, let me in. And we went, you're gonna hate it. And then you did it, and you're more miserable than you've ever been. And we're like, see? Like, no, we're happy. I swear to God, where's my Xanax? You're just like, God damn it, guys. We know what we're talking about. Shane F. says, I wax the fat ass for my cable, internet, and steaks in freezer. I wax the fat ass for my what does that mean?
I don't know.
I don't know what that means.
Shane, I want to understand you. That sounds fun.
I will say this. I'm deeply troubled by it. April wants to understand it. I'm kind of like, this is like if we saw aliens, April would be like, I want to go welcome them.
Oh
I'd
my
be like,
God,
we should probably nuke whatever that is.
I used to have weird thoughts about aliens and hope that they were a real thing coming for us.
You hoped for it?
I used to.
You were like Alex from
like
Saved by the Bell, the college years, and Independence Day.
That used to be like a really, really late night thought when you're like super drunk laying in bed. You're like, God, I wonder if they're coming yet.
Jesus.
It's just one of those things. You never talk to your friends about aliens?
I married a psycho.
Yes, I'm the psycho.
I married a psycho. I'm normal. Tell them I'm normal.
We can all see that.
By the way, as soon as I mentioned Mark Harley, this is creepy. ROTC clips notification. Mark Harley talks fitness and the POD space. Or the pod space. Oh, I'll have to listen to that one. Not now, though. God damn it. $10 from Danger Bear Wolf Turtle. Why don't you mark that down? Thank you very much, buddy. That all goes towards tomorrow because we have no goal tonight. Okay, on to our next story. That girl is going to end up childless, owning a shitload of cats. Video released by the Baltimore Police Department shows the fatal shooting of anti-violence activist Tyree Moorhead. The incident occurred Sunday afternoon. When officers arrived, Moorhead was seen lunging at a woman with a large knife, and an officer opened fire, fatally striking him. You might remember this guy.
No. Oh, it's not spray paint guy.
Moorhead was the creator of the city's no-shoot zones, where he spray painted around neighborhoods in an effort to reduce gun violence. So the guy who was like, hey, we got to have no-shoot zones. We got to get this crime under control in Baltimore. He was trying to stab a bitch with a knife, and the cops had to shoot him.
He was the guy that walked around with the samurai sword in his pants.
No.
Wasn't he?
I think that's you might be right, but I think that was the guy who wanted to pay...
That's the same guy.
Oh, is it the same guy who wanted to pay
Yeah.
murderers not to murder? Mm-hmm. Okay. I mean, look, nobody had the balls to look this guy in the eye and say all his ideas were fucked up because he was very scary and he carried a sword. But this is his story right here.
Right now at 11, a Baltimore City activist accused of being armed with a knife and assaulting a woman was shot and killed by a police officer. Hello, I'm Kelsey Kushner. Thanks for being with us on WJZ and on CBS Baltimore. So this happened in the Sandtown.
Hove! Oh, sorry. It was WJZ. I thought we were supposed to yell Hove. And apparently,
I mean, you can if you want.
Apparently I was wrong.
Winchester neighborhood. Family is confirming the man's identity as Tyree Moorhead, the creator of no-shoot zones that you see across Baltimore.
And by the way,
God
these were so cartoony. He would take multicolored spray paint and go no-shoot zones.
And like write hearts and shit.
And I don't know if you've looked at the Baltimore crime rate lately. I don't think it was having the desired impact.
No.
I don't think Tyree... I don't think any gangbangers in Baltimore or people with a grudge had a foot in the no-shoot zone and went, goddamn, I would kill you right now if you weren't in the no-shoot zone.
Be nice if it worked like that, huh?
Wouldn't it?
WJZ is live at City Police headquarters. Christina Mendez is walking us through how the police commissioner says this all unfolded and the reaction from those in the community. Christina.
The police commissioner.
You can see why one of them's at the desk and the other's
I
on
was
the
just going to say that
on
same
the
exact
street.
thing. Right, because one's Latino and one's white. I hear you.
Oh, I thought because one had huge tits and the other's flat.
Jeez.
Says that this woman was not stabbed by Moorhead or shot by police responding to this 911 call. While investigators
Well, somebody made out like a bandit. Other guy's dead. You don't have nary a scratch on you. Congratulations,
That's
young lady.
true.
will weigh the body-worn camera that was rolling each second of this shooting, including what led up to it. We do know that the community is already getting a glimpse of what may have happened by people pulling out their cell phones.
In fairness, he did walk the walk. He wasn't carrying a gun. Like, he was threatening the bitch with a knife.
Yep.
So till his dying breath, he stuck to the no-shoot zone thing.
Did not believe in guns.
Cops are the ones who violated it.
Knives are more personal anyways.
Yeah. You get to look into your victim's eyes. Would you like to know which of your friends were cowards?
Dude. If there was a criminal that talked like that, that's like the baddest motherfucker ever.
Right. That's just like the ones. How many of your friends did I kill? 6. Then you're like, in their final moments, people show you who they really are. So in a way, I knew your friends better than you did. Would you like to know which of them were cowards? It's like, dude, the fucking balls on a guy like that.
Dude, now I don't know what to fall asleep to.
What about we finish In Bruges?
No.
All right. Then I'm watching it by myself.
The no-shoot zone. Everybody knows what it is.
Just as infamous as spotting the spray paint phrase has become on buildings
That
and
looks like a guy who would stab a bitch. No offense.
Fuck are you talking about? He looks fun.
sidewalks on blocks of neighborhoods across Baltimore City. So is the man
Oh,
behind
great.
the
So we commit vandalism to try and stop people from shooting each other.
I
That's
was
good.
just going to say that. Has he never been charged for vandalism or something?
That's great. So what we
Nothing?
do is we commit public defacing of property. We make our neighborhood look cheaper and shittier, and people are still just going to shoot each other up.
I don't know about you, but when I'm on the second story there looking out my bedroom window, I feel better seeing the new
I know.
No
I do.
shoot zone.
It's like seeing the Batman symbol in the sky, I know everything's going to be
It's like
all
a
right.
warm blanket.
Yes. Unless I'm a woman. Then it's a warning of terror. You're like, oh shit, stabbies out there.
Stabby.
message.
So the idea is to say no shoot zone and the shooters listen.
Tyree Moorhead went
Did this ever work for you?
I don't know. Let's ask his professors at Harvard. So the idea is, all right, no shoot zone, and then they listen. I would blow your fucking head off right now, but god damn it, can you move 6 feet over to the left?
Dude, I think he was also in prison at one point for killing people.
Yes,
wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. Not only that, it also implies that there are shoot zones.
That is true. Where
Yeah.
are the shoot zones?
Yeah.
It's like a designated smoking area.
Hey, I'm not
for
saying
shooting.
y'all can't shoot each other, but you got to do it 3 blocks that away.
Too many kids over here.
Yeah, there's all these kids who shoot each other in front of the crack house.
to work for years memorializing victims of gun violence,
No shoot zone, you hear me?
attempting to have people think twice before pulling the trigger in the same location.
He got a male armed with a knife in front of the location, assaulting a female on the ground.
On Sunday, the father of Moorhead says he died in a shooting involving Baltimore City police.
Yo, if I die, it's all good.
What the fuck is that? That was...
Keep pushing them zones.
Feet from where the very first
his dying words, keep pushing them zones.
That was scary as fuck.
To which Pizza Hut misunderstood him, and they're like, we're re-releasing the calzone in honor of Tyree Moorhead. And then they use him in commercials. Keep pushing them zones.
Okay, that's funny.
Get Pizza Hut's new calzone relaunched in honor of Tyree Moorhead. You too can fight prejudice and bigotry, one saucy snack at a time. Keep them zones.
Think about it. Why doesn't he get treated like George Floyd did? He was just killed by police and
He
all
was
that.
trying to actively stab a bitch. George Floyd did all his shit before.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, this guy was actively
Well, yeah, because I was
stabbing
going to
a
say
bitch.
George Floyd kind of did some things.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know.
He wasn't actively doing it, though.
Okay.
He was just wrestling the gravel at the time.
first
Foaming at the
no
mouth.
shoot
Yeah.
zone was put up near
George Floyd was just breakdancing and having a rabies attack. That's all he was doing.
North Fulton Avenue and West Lafayette Street.
He approached the suspect, ordered the suspect to the ground, who then placed himself what appears to be on top of the female while armed with a very large knife. The officer began to discharge his firearm at the suspect, who rolled over and disengaged from the female, still armed with a knife.
I love how police put, we blew a guy away so eloquently. Like, all right,
Effortless almost.
yo, this motherfucker jumped on this bitch here, so we capped his ass. He rolled over, and that was the end of that shit. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, the police chief.
Second of the shooting was caught on officer body-worn cameras, now under review by the police department and Maryland Attorney General.
We could be talking here tonight about a woman that has lost her life as well, but we're not because of the actions that they took quickly.
Cell phone video.
That is kind of, I do like it when stories like this, like there's no bitching and complaining.
Right.
They actually take into account what happened, and they're like, look, this bitch is dead if the police don't do this.
That's exactly the truth.
Yeah.
Videos of the incident are also circulating social media, where shot after shot rings out.
God. Oh.
Seemed like a real cool dude.
When you make your heroes the stable ones, I tell you.
Something Moorhead's friend says she came across online.
My cousin, who got killed, I ain't gonna say no names, but who got killed, and he did a no.
First of all, you have to say names. It's Baltimore. Your cousin who got killed. You need to be more specific.
Okay, but not only that, they're already dead. Are you worried about doxing them?
I don't want to dox my dead cousin.
What the fuck?
Shoot zone for her. I feel sad. He was for the people.
While
I
investigators
feel sad. He was for the people. Well, not that particular person. He wasn't.
Not at that time.
Maybe she was trying to shoot in a no-shoot zone.
That could be. He thought she was pulling out a gun.
That's right.
comb through this case closely.
You know, because in the inner city, all of that gun crime that's committed by, you know, women. All those
at least 43%.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Neighbor Vivian Day says she's left searching for hope in heavy times.
The world is groaning, and that's all I do. I just pray.
Well, just remember, ladies and gentlemen, if there's nothing else you do, keep up them zones.
Like you said, though, there was no, like, he didn't pull a gun or anything. He stuck to it.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't violate the no, he stuck to it till his dying breath, and that's, that's something to appreciate. Lay Marquise with $2 says, for William Walsh, now he owes me. Oh, well, all right. Well, you two,
thank you.
You two have it out then.
Is that up to another 5 yet for all the little ones?
Well, you took those, one of those, 10, remember, 10s or 7s.
Yep.
Through Super Chats, so mark one of those 10s a 7 that you've got down there, and then
I think we'll call it.
Maybe I'll just take care of it from now on, just so I don't confuse you. No, because I do it every day. Call Me McCuntia says, I went from Cluster F to Bubba to Steel Toe, then back to Bubba because Aaron took my wrench because I abused my... I don't want to get rid of you, but the Michaela bit is fucking... We've talked about this already. It's a fucking tired bit, all right? She's gone. It's not a big deal. Just fucking chill. It's not fun. Nobody knows. Nobody cares. Stuttering John's Fingernails says, Mr. Moorhead should have spray painted himself white. Oh, Jesus.
Uh-oh.
No, that is not the way it works. Let's dig into this True Geordie thing. We've got tonight. We've got this Jack Scalfani thing. April is big on cooking, so I wanted to show her Jack Scalfani and see what she thought about his video that was recently featured on Our Cringe.
Okay.
We also have Chad Zumach angrily lashing out at Steel Toe. We even get the mic shake.
That I'm excited for.
From Chad Zumach.
He never makes a point.
No, he doesn't. You always wait a long time for him to make a point. And we have some Opie this evening as well. But first, this True Geordie Andrew Tate thing. I tell you what, internet beefs that people take really seriously and let affect their lives are so gay. Internet fun beefs where people are just taking turns shitting on each other, I love those. Where people seem to genuinely be having a good time going, this guy's such a fucking weirdo. He's stupid. I hate him. And then the other guy goes, that guy's a piece of shit. Fuck him. But when it gets to like Keemstar, Ethan Klein, to where they're like trying to get each other canceled and stuff like that, it's like, that's bullshit. That's no fun.
I like a good back and forth.
Well, this Andrew Tate True Geordie thing is two supposedly like fighting alpha males, like boxers, MMA guys, like hardcore motherfuckers. And they are having the biggest twatty, estrogen-y bitch fest I've ever seen. First of all, the internet white knighting for Andrew Tate is one of the most insane things I've ever seen.
I think he can handle himself.
This is a guy they were pretty much trying to eliminate from the earth 3 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
And now they're going, poor Andrew Tate. God.
I can't imagine saying that.
If the mob ever comes for me, I'm just converting to Islam. Apparently, that's the get out of trouble free card.
Yes.
You got to, well, it's like you can either do that or be gay, and Islam doesn't make you take a dick. So I think I might go Islam.
In fact, I think they frown upon it.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah, they're not something they welcome at Thanksgiving. After hundreds of Andrew Tate's divisive comments went viral across the internet, British YouTuber and podcast host True Geordie claimed he would absolutely punch him in the face if presented the opportunity. All right, so far, fun little start to a beef.
That's fine.
We're talking about punching each other in the head. I like that.
They're both fighters.
Boxing guy, kickboxer guy. Let's fuck each other up. Rumors circulated that the two would ultimately step in the ring and hash it out. Now, while True Geordie is a big guy, here's a picture of True Geordie and Andrew Tate. While True Geordie's a big guy, Andrew Tate was a world-class kickboxer. He would fuck True Geordie up. They were talking about a Logan Paul, Andrew Tate thing. I don't know how big Andrew Tate is. Logan Paul might beat him because of size, but
I don't think he's too much smaller.
Skill-wise, Andrew Tate would fuck up a lot of people. Rumors circulated that the two would ultimately step into the ring and hash it out, and they've both since gone back and forth a few times. While Andrew claimed he'd fight both True Geordie and KSI in the same night, nothing has since come of it, with potential bout rumors dying down. However, the situation has since escalated again during a recent November 6th podcast. True Geordie took aim at Andrew's religion after he recently converted to Islam. Which, by the way, people were saying, oh, how dare people, question his conversion to a religion. I'm like, fuck that. Everybody can question that. The guy has made a life out of saying shit to get a rise out of people. This is allowed to be suspect.
It's fair
too.
game, I think.
Yeah, it's all fair game. Again, this is the same internet that was like, this guy's Satan, this guy's the devil, and then he goes, well, I'm a Muslim now. And they're like, well, you guys have to be sensitive. And it's like, I don't know. He's still the same guy.
He's not a sensitive guy.
Right. You switch the book you read, and all of a sudden now you're not the same guy anymore. That's really interesting. The popular YouTuber was asked by a fan if he'll be fighting Andrew Tate, to which he responded in a fashion many found shocking. The popular YouTuber and his co-host poked fun at the kickboxing champion, claiming that he wouldn't stand a chance in the ring with Tate since God is on his side. Since his conversion to the religion. True Geordie continued with comments deemed to be racist by critics, stereotyping that Andrew should blow himself up and prove how committed he is to Islam. Fuck that. We gotta, come on.
I think that's a funny joke, though. While it's super insensitive, it's funny.
Let's, here's the actual comment. Let's, here we go.
Man,
Andrew Tate's got God on his side now. There's no way Brian would win that.
Although I would gladly blow myself up if I could take that fucking shitbag with us.
That's the use of a stereotype there, which is obviously not what he...
I'm just saying, if he really wants to prove it, do the right thing.
He doubled down. That's
Come
funny.
on.
I think it's funny.
We're really going to butt fuck a guy and take all his sponsors for that?
Who cares?
Come on. It was a 30-second aside where he made fun of Andrew Tate. He wasn't making fun of all Muslims. He hates Andrew Tate. He wants him to die. He picked a creative way to die that, I'm sorry, other members of his religion, when they go extreme, have used that tactic in the past.
I mean, how many TV shows and movies have made fun of that?
Right. 24 was based on that shit. Mm-hmm. But True Geordie can't make a joke on a podcast.
Nope.
Fuck that. And plus, Andrew Tate has been kicked in the head by the strongest men in the world. I think he can handle it.
It's just a feud. Who cares?
Yeah.
Let's see how...
It's a stereotype.
Let's see how about that life you really are.
Yes, although, not all Muslims.
His fucking producer, though, you could tell, was shaking in his boots. He was really nervous.
Well, guys, it's obviously a stereotype. It's not true.
Yeah. Well, it was, I guess Andrew Tate responded to the True Geordie comments.
Welcome back to Promotion. True Geordie gets cancelled after going after. I'm just saying. False Geordie's.
Okay, so that's Geordie's comments. Here's Andrew Tate's response.
There's not many people in the world I have a personal.
What the fuck?
Uh-oh.
Come on.
There's not many people in the world.
All right. Fuck me then. Here's what we'll do.
There's not many
Copy
people in the world I
video.
have a personal beef with.
Copy video URL. We'll go here so we can maximize the fucking.
There's not many people in the world I have a personal beef with.
There we
I've
go.
had some internet.
What a douche. Does he have a hookah?
That is definitely a hookah.
Oh my God.
I've
We
not seen one in years.
get it. You're different. Sip a chai tea and shut the fuck up.
Beefs back and forth. There's very few people I personally dislike. One of them is True Geordie. Anyone who's followed me long enough understands why. He's a very insulting, fat, vulgar. He's a
Come on.
He's fat.
He's insulting, and then he goes, he's fat, he's vulgar. It's like, this is why you have to allow True Geordie to say what he wants, and you have to let Andrew Tate say what he wants. Andrew Tate can't help himself. He's trying to play victim, and right away, he body shames the guy.
I don't see a problem here.
Which should be allowed.
Mm-hmm.
And the blow yourself up comment totally should be allowed. God, we are such fucking pussies. It prevents us from having a lot of fun.
We're all sensitive, I'm telling you.
We should all shut up and sit back and watch these guys and see how bad this gets. Instead, now we got to slap True Geordie on the wrist for a guy that they said is the devil. All he did was slap the devil.
Yeah, I don't like that there's people out here moderating and being refs on somebody else's fight.
Dude, Ethan Klein stood up for Andrew Tate today. Ethan Klein bagged on this motherfucker endlessly. Shit on him endlessly. And now he's standing up for him because they're all afraid to not say the right thing because now religion's involved. I'm sorry, but joining a new religion doesn't make you no longer a piece of shit.
Okay, but if you are Ethan Klein, you're probably sticking up for your religion.
I mean, Ethan Klein is so afraid of being seen as like a guy who's tolerating religious intolerance that we've got a Jewish guy standing up for a converted Muslim. I mean, it's pretty wild to me. And again, we just watched the True Geordie clip. It wasn't that bad.
No, it was funny. It was stupid.
dickhead. He's an unlikable person. He's not very smart. He's stupid. He has his little girlfriend who sits next to him. And they did a video about me long ago where they were insulting a bunch of women who worked for me, calling them horrible names. He made full-grown women cry. I replied and said,
oh, yeah, that's something Andrew Tate really has a big problem with.
I thought you were fine with the women crying thing.
Yeah, I'm having a hard time, like, buying this out. You know what this is? This is wrestling heel outrage.
Yeah, something's not right here.
Yeah, this is like the ref caught the baby face frustratedly pulling the heel's hair, and the heel goes, oh, ref, oh, can you believe he did that? And then while the ref's warning him, the other guy loads his hands with brass knuckles and then hits the baby face.
Right.
that's a horrible thing to do and he should apologize. He refused to apologize because he was full of hate. Turns out the man was full of hate because he ended up begging for dildos off of a woman. The screenshots were leaked of him begging for dildos, begging to suck on them, begging to be cheated on because he likes to be dominated by females. He sits.
Is this real? Or is this an allegation?
Well, it's an interesting allegation. That's for sure.
Are we looking this up?
I would love to look that up.
Okay.
That's very interesting. He wants dildos and he wants to be cucked.
Yep. Cheat on me, bitch.
Cheat on me, you dirty whore.
There, fat. That's why he eats so much, to try and pretend he's bigger than he is. He sits there fat, trying to convince the world it's muscle and that he's a tough guy. But truthfully, he begs to be dominated by females. So this person is genuinely a piece of...
I love how... This is what I love about Andrew Tate. He's offended. He's hurt that Andrew Geordie, or that True Geordie, would be such a nasty guy, and then goes, he's fat, he's stupid, he likes to be dominated, he sucks on dildos. He's like, Andrew, you're kind of losing the victimhood ground here. It's...
Yeah, but once you're the first victim, though, I think you get to do this.
This is why I don't like the outrage and the cancellation. Andrew is perfectly capable of standing up for himself. True Geordie is perfectly capable of standing up for himself. There's no problem here. Get everybody, society, get out of the way and enjoy the show.
To shit. And now, after me converting to Islam, he made a piece on one of his podcasts saying that I'm not true in my conversion, and then insulted all Muslims. Then that Muslims blow themselves up, and that I should go blow myself up. We should all blow ourselves up, making fucking racist comments about an entire religion.
And I was so mad that I went and built a bomb in my basement, but I thought I dismantled it and said I'm better than that.
That's somehow funny. Let me tell you something, my friend. And if True Geordie, if you're watching this is a message directly to you.
Wouldn't it be funny if Andrew Tate goes, that's an offensive stereotype about Muslims. And now listen up, True Geordie. I'm going to blow you up at your house. It's like, whoa, come on.
Sam hides it.
Yeah, he just goes, now listen.
I'm coming to kill you in Los Angeles at your house.
Or in the ring.
No, in real life.
That's him.
But by the way, if True Geordie really does suck on dildos and ask to be dominated by women,
And I got news for you. That means you're gay.
It's true.
There are certain times in life you need to know when to shut the fuck up. There are certain things.
This is the guy you should learn that lesson.
I just can't take this guy seriously.
I love it. This is great. This is why, you take away like Gymshark and some other company now has dropped True Geordie. And I can only imagine what he gets for a sponsorship. And all that guarantees is that he's going to be done now. We're not going to get to see the rest of this. I want to see the rest of this. You took this away from me when Andrew Tate was fine. No harm, no foul.
Right.
He came back over the top and called him a fat cuck. And now we would have gotten to see what Andrew Tate said back to him.
There are certain times in life you need to know when to shut the fuck up. There are certain things which are not funny. Certain things that are not beyond reprisal. You don't sit and insult a man's religion. Just like you don't insult a man's entire company and the people who work for him. That's one thing. But to insult my religion and the religion of billions of people across the fucking planet, making ignorant jokes about fucking blowing ourselves up, thinking that it's going to go without consequence, you're going to learn very quickly, my friend. That was a mistake.
Now, that sounds like a failed threat. Okay,
bit.
You're going to learn very quickly that that's a mistake. But at the same time, again, not questioning the guy or anything, but haven't you been a Muslim for like 15 minutes?
That's kind of what I thought. It's like, how deep are you into this?
How long do you have to be in a religion before you get to make it a we thing? I feel like he's that guy.
At least a while.
That guy just converted to veganism, and now he's talking about how great all of the vegan community is. It's like, dude, I feel like, you should almost have to get jumped in or something before we know that
Initiated?
Yeah. I don't know. Triple N says that number should be 6 months. Well, now we get to the best part / the most cringe part. Let's see if the chat knows. Chat,
boy.
During these controversies, when one guy starts getting piled on and he's a podcaster and he starts losing his sponsors, what comes next? Let's see if the chat knows what comes next, because that's what we're going to play next. True Geordie is catching shit for being an Islamophobe in his fight. I bet you when he made that video, he's like, there's no way the internet will stand up for that piece of shit. I'll be fine.
Not even close.
Ooh, that had to come out of nowhere. Yep, there you go. A couple people in the chat already. Apology. Yep, here we go.
An apology.
Not only apology, but April, what's he going to do? Somebody says you put a hot blonde on. No, that's not what you do when you get in trouble. That's a coincidence. April, what kind of apology are we going to get? What's he going to do in this apology?
That man's going to cry. He's going to blubber.
Is there anything worse than watching a chubby guy cry?
This guy's the biggest. I'm uncomfortable already. Here
we go. I may have to take it off Deserto, though, because they suck when you maximize these. Here we go. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, guys. I was 10 minutes into this. Here we go.
And it's caused a reaction, upset. People are not happy with it. So me and Lars want to come on here, talk about it amongst ourselves. We were on the stream at the time that the joke was said by me.
This guy's looking at Geordie going, I fucking told you, bro.
He's like, I tried to stop it.
I don't mean to say I told so, but I fucking a told so.
Wasn't Lawrence's joke, was my joke. Just
nice table, bro.
I do like that table.
It's a nice ass table.
I actually like that whole building.
Is it going to fit in your new, smaller house?
It looks so nice and old. I love that.
Absolutely clear. Just to sort of give context for it,
I was talking to a wanker Muslim and I wanted him to get punched in the face.
An old friend of mine, we'll call him Mr. Potato Head for the sake of this podcast, because I know you'd be desperate for me to say his name.
Wow, this doesn't really sound like a good start to your apology.
Why can't we just say his name? We know what's happening.
I know, I hate that. So dumb.
Like, everybody in the room knows.
Right.
You can say the thing now.
Well, here's the thing, and we're going to see this in the Zumot clip when he talks about us. People get so nervous about how they're supposed to play the game. Do I say the name? Do I not say the name? Who gives a shit?
That is kind of an argument. Oh, if I say their name, I'm giving them credit.
If you think your product is better than theirs, scream it from the mountaintops. You know, at board meetings at McDonald's, they'll say Burger King and Wendy's all day long. They don't give a shit.
If I ever have a problem with somebody, I don't feel like I can't say their name.
Yeah.
That sounds trivial, but it's not.
It's just the way he is. He recently claimed to have joined Islam. Now, given some of his previous statements that absolutely contradict what a lot of Islam is about.
I don't know. The stuff on women is pretty solid.
Solid as a rock, sir.
I definitely didn't believe a lot of what I was hearing from the internet. I made a joke in questioning that newfound faith of his that conveniently comes at a time when he needs as many supporters as he can get. It was a stupid joke.
This is not sounding like an apology, True Geordie.
Not even close. Kind of sounds like he's just going in on him a little bit.
Yeah.
Look, as much as I don't want to repeat the joke, I think it's only right so that people have context who don't understand. I said if he really wants to prove he's a Muslim, he should blow himself up as a suicide bomber or something like that.
In fairness to his joke, as a guy who's been doing stand-up for years, structurally, the joke works.
I liked it.
It has the structure of a joke. The architecture is solid. The foundation you're building it on, i.e. our pussy-ass society, it's going to sink.
It's not sturdy.
It's not going to work.
Now, when I say that out loud, when I'm aware of it, fucking horrendous. You know, it was one of those off-the-cuff remarks that I made with a total lack of thought, and I used an unrealistic stereotype to take aim at someone who seriously dislikes me.
I take issue. I would eliminate some words in there and just say stereotype.
That's enough? You think? Okay.
The other part, I mean, don't make people gather evidence. That's all I'm saying.
Like, don't give away the whole farm.
Obviously, I don't believe that's what Muslims actually do. And I don't actually want Mr. Potato Head to die, as much as I don't really like him.
Well, I hope not. He was Cliff Clavin in Cheers. I mean, he did a lot of great... Oh, no, that's the pig.
That is the pig.
Fuck. Who was... No, Don Rickles was Mr. Potato Head.
Oh, damn you.
As great as Billy Sherbert in Casino.
It was a very stupid thing to say. It was an idiotic joke. One I'm sorry for, you know. You know, I don't believe any religious stereotype, just to be clear. Whether
You don't? I was raised Catholic. Too many priests were fucking kids. There.
I can't say anything about mine.
Lutherans? You guys are boring and you don't really believe in God. I mean, that's
we like
it.
hot dishes and coffee hour.
You guys like hot dishes and skimping out on the faith when it's inconvenient. That's what you guys like. Although the Catholic, one thing the Protestants did have right, having a pope is kind of fucked up.
Oh, I don't like that idea.
You're not supposed to have like...
I never did.
God doesn't need a senator.
No, if he needs somebody to do the talking, he sends said person, right?
And then the praying to the saints, that's kind of horseshit too.
Be all priests are pedos or all Jewish people run the world and are rich. Like,
all right, Jordy, shut the fuck up. We don't need the This is not a good time to be going through what the stereotypes are.
Oh, he's not helping himself.
Oh, Jordy, this is a bad apology. Oh, he's a piece of shit, Mr. Potato Head. I do wish he was dead. I just wish I would have picked a different way to say it. I mean, it's a stereotype, like priests are pedos and Jews run the world. All right, now tune in the next 2 weeks when it's the apologies back-to-back, apologizing to the Catholics and then the Jews.
The Jews, yeah. You
well, let's
pick
be
them
real,
all.
I'm going to do the Jews first because it's a matter of immediacy.
They're all as ridiculous as each other to me. And that was partly why I felt comfortable in that moment in saying something so ridiculous, because I never thought for 1 second that anyone would take offense to something so silly.
Right.
You know, at the time, I'm sat next to a guy.
Have you lived in the world for the last, 20 years? You didn't think people would look at you and try to find a reason to have outrage?
I'm going to guess that he's lived in a very, close bubble where everyone around him's just kind of okay with what he says.
Or he's just a big, dumb jock. That could be it. What do you think about this kind of light above us?
They've got a very different situation than we do.
Okie dokie. I don't like how dark they are anyway.
They have a lot of
Who has a
windows.
Muslim family who knows how much love I have for everyone. Like, you know, I'm not a prejudiced guy or whatever you want to call me.
Oh, here we go. I have
right?
Muslim friends.
Prejudice is definitely
but now after like feeling out the backlash and what people are saying, and I'm talking about the genuinely upset people. I know some people will just use anything to try and take you down, and I get.
I'm sorry, that's most people. I don't have as much decency as True Geordie is, and I'm not losing Gymshark. I can say most people are just bored and they're looking for something to be outraged about. I saw iDubbbz's girlfriend. I can't remember her fucking name. Anissa? Anissa. She was going off on Twitter about the Casey Anthony documentary. Did you see they're making one?
I did not.
Peacock's making a Casey Anthony documentary where they interview her. They talk to her.
Okay,
she talks about the whole thing.
Legit.
And she was like, this is bullshit. They shouldn't be giving her any time and this and that and blah, blah, blah. People should boycott it and not watch it. I'm like, I guarantee this bitch. I retweeted it and I said, this is going to be hilarious. Women saying that we shouldn't be doing this while they were balls deep in Dahmer a month ago. So
anything on Ted Bundy?
Yeah, stop it with
anything?
The case. It's because it's a woman and they hate her. And it's okay to hate Casey Anthony, but it's a women hating women thing.
I think you just hate the person because they killed people.
And then another woman responded to hers, and I had to respond to it because it was so stupid. She goes, yeah, they'll give Casey all this time, but there's no time for Kaylee. And I'm like, Kaylee can't talk right now. Kaylee is not capable of speaking on her behalf.
Why are these people so out of touch?
Why doesn't Kaylee get an episode? Because we aren't really sure what kind of person she was. She was kind of new. We don't know. She could have grew up to be an anti.
Don't know.
No,
I've given them a golden opportunity. But I understand, like, some people have had that thrown in their face a lot. And for me, as much as it's ridiculous and it's something that I don't believe, I understand that for them, some people have had years of that being said to them, you know, and I really wasn't thinking about that in that moment.
You know what? I figured it out. These fucking podcasters, if you're going to do an apology, minute and a half. Otherwise, you're just hanging yourself and you look like an idiot.
I think you should have notes in front of you too. And I think you stick to those notes. I think you run those notes by somebody else, like your producer here, because he clearly tried to stop this from happening.
Ready? One take. I'm going to do the True Geordie apology. And it's not going to be, if you talk for 23 minutes, you're just going to ramble on and you're going to say some more shit. Like he's already said, oh, there's other stereotypes, like the Jews run the world. It's like, not the time, Kyrie. But here's how the apology should go. April, give me an action when you're ready.
And action.
Hello. I said something the other day about Andrew Tate and his faith that was very insensitive. It implied that Muslims engaged in violent acts because of their faith. It was a joke at the time, but I understand the amount of people it hurt, that it was the wrong statement to make. I will be more sensitive in my comments in the future, and any problems I have with individuals, I will deal with them as individuals and not bring other groups into these interpersonal conflicts. I'm very sorry, and from now on, our podcast will be about having a good time, and anytime we have problems with individuals, we will make it about those individuals and not race, religion, or any other issue. For anyone I've deeply offended, I apologize to you. Goodbye.
See, bravo.
There, done. There's your apology. You're finished.
Very good.
Did I mean a word of it? Nope.
No.
But does it sound like I did?
Yep.
Sure. You go on for 23 minutes. First of all, you're just jerking your dick and making content out of it. You can monetize the video. You can get all kinds of shit for it. And also, you're going to say shit that's going to make people go, oh, he doesn't mean it.
But as another podcaster, you wouldn't milk this for everything you could?
I wouldn't apologize.
I know you wouldn't. If you're in his shoes, though.
I would do a 23-minute segment on it, yes. But it wouldn't be called I'm Sorry. He titled his I'm Sorry. It would be called Talking About the Controversy.
Aaron's would be sorry, not sorry.
Yeah. I would actually play the Demi Lovato song at the beginning.
And then he'd fuck her.
So yeah, all I can say is sorry.
When I was sitting there, I guess
that was a perfect place to cut.
Yes, you cut that off right now.
He's got 20 minutes left to go.
I kind of feel bad for this little guy. I don't know who he is, but he really tries. He tried to save Jordy.
He did.
When I watched it back, I was like, oh, maybe I should have said something there, even just as a friend, just to be like, oh, you can't say that. But
the problem for you is you know me so well.
Bro, if I flagged everything you said every live stream, we wouldn't get a live stream done. No, but you get what I mean.
Yeah,
right?
you know. And
all right, let's fast forward a little bit because they're going to jack each other off now about the apology. Let's fast forward about 3 minutes because, again, this is a 23-minute deal. This gets really pathetic.
I'd have I was questioning myself for a minute. I was like, should I have sat on a stream next to you and gone, what? And you know what it's like when you're in the flow of a stream. Should I have sat next to you and gone, whoa, Brian, what are you saying? I felt like I'd...
Can I say this? It wouldn't have helped.
Not at all.
It wouldn't have helped. Once those words came out of his mouth, the way the mob works, they were coming after him no matter what.
In some extent, I felt like I'd let you down, but I'd also felt like I'd let my own family down because of the...
I mean, your babies are Muslim, bro.
But that's what I'm saying
but for me...
Your babies are Muslim, and that guy's not offended? He's not sitting here saying Jordy's a piece of shit?
He's all right.
Knowing that is like...
Cry, baby. Cry, baby.
When Lawrence's son was born...
Oh, boy. Here we go.
Oh, God, this is uncomfortable.
It meant a lot, to me.
I want to drown in cum.
And to think that anyone would think that, that's like a thing that's in me. When I have so much love for your family.
Just say you're gay.
It was just such a stupid moment, and
You can act like a man. What's the matter with you?
And that's when I thought about people like Gib, people who I do rate and respect, who would think and see that and think, what is he?
We go harm them. We go suck their dicks off. We go harm them. We go suck their dicks off.
It's just not who I am, and I realised that, I'm a cocky guy and I say a lot of silly jokes, and I love myself to a degree, and I get lost in that sometimes.
And sometimes you enjoy upsetting people.
No, I absolutely do, and I'm not disputing that, and unfortunately, classing yourself as somewhat a semi-comedian who wants to make people laugh, I accept that every single video that goes out, I'm going to piss some people off.
What a bitch.
But often my feeling is, but they need to grow the fuck up and realize that this is a joke.
Whoa!
The problem is when you touch on something that is so sensitive and that you don't, in that moment, process it in that way, and you're like, this is ridiculous. No one's actually going to take me seriously.
I want you to fire me.
And
fucking Mark.
Hey, I am truly, truly, deeply sorry to anyone who seen that, Muslim or not, and thought that this guy has hate for anyone out there, because I just don't. Honestly, some people who know me, close to me, may one day come out and say Brian is a dickhead.
Shame on you!
I'd be stunned if anyone said I was a prejudiced person who had anything against any skin color, any sexuality, any religion.
You hate
Because
Mexicans?
honestly, I don't give a fuck what anyone is. I really
Are
don't.
you a racist?
And,
do you hate Mexicans?
I'm not going to go down the road of I've got black friends or anything like that.
Oh my God.
It's just everything about me is
Jerk off my nuts.
I embrace
nipples.
difference, generally
Look at 'em.
speaking, and despite me being ignorant,
Do you personally dislike homosexuals?
I don't know what else to say.
I think being able to have an honest conversation on your own podcast about it is...
I just don't want to run away from anything, ever.
I get that.
And I think when I look at other people who've done that, it just makes you look guilty, And
You
I'm
are
not
Mexican
guilty
and
of any
ugly.
of the true thoughts and feelings that it makes you look guilty, and I'm not someone who is guilty of feeling that way.
Oh my God.
I just make stupid jokes sometimes.
He's just going to...
cunt. I've got to be better. I'm a grown-ass man now, and I will be better. Shut up, cunt. But, yeah.
I can appreciate that.
I'm still learning, mate. I'm still fucking learning, just when I think I've got the...
Who gives a shit?
When you think you have everything figured out, or to a degree, you feel like you've got a good beat on things.
You want to see me
And it's so funny because in that Tyson Fury interview, I literally say at the start, you're all saying I'm a hero now, but next week you'll be all calling me a twat. And literally right on cue, here we are. But
that's the way life is.
It really
that's
is,
the pride
man.
before a fall sort of
Mate,
thing.
it's so fucking... But even then I knew it, and I still fucking made that mistake. Yeah.
Live streams. Just live streams, man. Just live streams.
Look, I just want to say again, I am sorry to your family.
Hey, I appreciate what you said, and it means a lot to me.
Oh my God, this is so awkward.
Keep fucking that chicken.
That really upsets me, honestly.
Oh, he's crying now.
Oh, fuck.
Gay.
I feel
fucking shit.
How are we falling into a stereotype of two podcasters who cry when they say sorry for things?
White guys, man.
It is genuinely that. God, just check your privilege for a second. It's
Blah, blah, blah,
I
blah,
get what
blah,
you're saying,
blah.
and I appreciate that. And I think a lot of people will also appreciate the same. And you know what? Maybe it might take a bit of time for some people to appreciate that as well. They'll come around to hearing it, but
sometimes you just need to fuck up to remind yourself, come on.
Have you been a good little Nazi?
What you're saying and who's listening and how you might upset people. I always want to make jokes, but I never want to make jokes that are going to turn that many people to feel that way about me.
Damage a relationship.
Yeah. I
think you appreciate there's been people that have reached out to you and have said, hey, I had a problem with this, and I appreciate it.
Oh yeah, we've had lots of messages, and I think those genuine ones, those genuine people who are trying to keep us on the straight and narrow.
I don't care.
That is part of in my opinion, one of the most important things is to admit your flaws to yourself and to face them head on and to go, this is me, and I need to then look at what I need to do to improve those
Everybody booing the
things
shit
that I
out of me,
don't
but he
like
worked
about
his
them
ass
so
off.
much. And when I talk about living with regrets, that to me is a big thing where I often just sit and that is one of the worst things about my personality, probably, is dwelling on the fuck.
When did you turn into a nut bar?
You really are
it's so
stupid, aren't you?
important to learn to do that, I think, and to figure out who you are.
I'm sick of all these witches and warlocks and pumpkin possums and
who you want to be with, and how to be a better man for that person. Like, take dating, for example, like, I think when I was young,
Calm down,
when I would be on a
have some
date with a girl, I'd just be like,
oh, okay. So I didn't catch most of that. I just saw him crying and then whinging and then continuing to complain. And
I think that's the only way we can get through that.
Yeah, that's the only way we were going to play any of that apology.
I actually didn't hear any of it.
Hold on. One more.
Let me say whatever the fuck I've got to say to get you.
Oh my God, he's like a
Are you
black
sure
woman
being
in
an
a
aspects of your own
Wawa.
personality that are appealing, maybe?
I'm not being authentic, right? Okay. There'll be times where I am being authentic, but when it's time to not be authentic, I'll do what it takes.
You do whatever to have sex with
Animal Planet?
the pretty girl.
A pretty person.
Okay.
All right.
I'm popping my ribs over here.
Oh, so that's there's the True Geordie Andrew Tate controversy. Again, True Geordie lost his sponsorships now. He's getting all kinds of shit about it, and
And now my cheeks hurt.
That apology was dog shit.
Just gross.
That
really.
was really bad.
You're right. It needed to be concise, and it wasn't.
Right, and then they're rambling on about the other guy's Muslim kids, and then he starts crying.
It just meant so much to me when your kid was born.
Andrew Tate has jacked off to that video 15 times.
I hope so.
Andrew Tate is honestly.
I want to drown in cum.
That's Andrew Tate watching that apology. He won.
He came all over his hookah.
He won. All he had to do, I was masturbating in my Bugatti. All he had to do was shut the fuck up. Andrew Tate didn't have to do anything to win this thing. It's the easiest W ever. That was awful. That was
really painful.
Again, the only way I was getting through watching that
I agree.
was playing those drops.
I was uncomfortable from the time you said he cries, and that was it.
Oh, boy. Well, there you go. JJ says, speaking of lost sponsorships, did you see Adidas lost $250 million in profits and $500 million in revenue?
Did you see what else about Adidas?
You talking about the Yeezys? I think we've got that on tomorrow's show.
Okay.
That is such a dishonest fucking move, by the way.
No.
That is such a bullshit. It's such a move. That's a move that's very because we have all this product here and we can't just take a loss on it. Oh, I read that and I'm like, you guys have no morals. Fuck your outrage.
I was shocked.
Like, fuck all of your, we morally don't believe in what Kanye said. You'll still sell his fucking shoes, though, won't you? You'll just put a different name on them. I hope he sues them and wins.
How can he do that? I don't think they can do that.
You shouldn't be allowed to.
You can't take somebody's shoe and then rebrand it unless they can, the only way is if they completely bought the rights to that shoe. That's it.
Right. Like for me, look in the Steel Toe shop pretty soon because we'll be launching our new Fikey line of shoes. They'll be really great. You guys will love them. God, yeah.
Thank God you didn't use a K.
We've been a little too on the nose, I think. Before we jump into anything else, just because I'm morbidly curious.
About the dildo thing?
About the dildo. Yes. Oh, yeah, we have to look that up, too, the True Geordie dildo thing.
Oh, you weren't even going for that.
Do we have any movement here? Nope. Still, well, actually, in Arizona, that guy, the Democrat, took a 5-point lead again. So he's up by a little bit more.
Well, what the hell?
Yeah, so they're going to do a runoff in Georgia, and that's going to kind of decide who takes the Senate. Like I said this morning, there's going to be so much fucking money being pumped into that state in the next month.
Oh, yeah.
That Herschel Walker, Raphael Warnock thing. Oh, my God. Governor's races. Carrie Lake, 0.6 votes behind, or 0.6% behind. Not 0.6 votes. That'd be insane. 0.6% behind with 76% of the vote in. Let's see if Lauren Boebert has broken those Democrats' hearts yet. Boebert is, oh my God, she's now down by
73.
Oh no, still 73 votes. That was the same as
votes.
before. She's behind by 73 votes. Oh God, that's
What's your prediction,
dude? If that ends like within 100 votes of either one, that's going to end up being recounted at least twice.
It has to,
because if it's within 100, the other person could win the recount.
I see this very much as that movie. Was it called Recount? Is that the one we watch?
The movie about the recount was indeed called Recount.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is the vibes I'm getting.
And 76 is a lot closer than Bush v. Gore was in
Oh
Florida.
my God, yeah.
A lot closer. So,
because that was thousands, wasn't it?
That was like
a couple thousand or so.
1,500. It was really close. Really, really close. I don't think we'll ever really know who won that election. It's just,
and isn't that fucky? I feel like we should know.
Right.
That should be hard.
Isn't it also weird though? Like you talk about how you get paranoid and nervous about the things you're not allowed to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
You can question the 2000 election all day long.
No problem.
You can question it and say, I think Gore won. He got screwed. It was illegitimate. There was cheating.
Oh my God.
But about the 2020 election, you can't say anything like that.
So why does no one bring that up? I didn't even
Everybody
think of that.
does. Yeah, a lot of people bring that
I
up.
don't hear that. That's incredible.
I mean, we all know the answer. I'm not going to sit here and be naive and play stupid in front of you. The reason is a Republican won in 2000 and a Democrat won in 2016. That's why, or 2020, I'm sorry. Although technically a lifelong Democrat did win in 2016 too. I mean, let's not pretend that Donald Trump wasn't a Democrat until he decided he wanted to be president. DeSantis 2024. Anyway, thief knocks himself out trying to flee Louis Vuitton with $18,000 in handbags.
Automatically my favorite story.
Let's watch this. You're not going to get any audio here, but this is again one of those stories where this is in a place, in a state, in a city where they've decided that we're not going to call the cops and create a problem. We're not going to confront people who shoplift. And you imagine the people who work in these high-end bag and shoe stores, and they're weak. They're not going to be able to stop anyone.
Oh, yeah, frail.
There's tens of thousands of dollars of merchandise just sitting there that you can grab at a moment's notice.
And if I may, you only need like 4 purses to get to 18 grand for this company.
Yeah. I mean, all this shit should be behind glass.
I don't understand why it's not. And I don't understand why there's not like a checkpoint or something to get in here. Like I've gone to stores like this in Vegas before where they've kind of got to check you out before you come in even.
Yeah. Oop. So there they go. They're running out. They've got their bags. So now that guy can't do anything about it. So he's got to wait until they leave. Oh, is that a cop or is that a security guard?
Who knows? He has a badge. Doesn't matter.
Can't do anything. So he's definitely in one of those cities where you're not allowed to touch him. You're not allowed to do anything. You just get him out of there and hopefully you catch him later.
Yep.
Well, as soon as they close the doors, this is why when you're doing a smash and grab, you leave with the group you came with. You don't try to get greedy and grab it a little late.
There was more people?
Well, here comes this guy.
Buddy, no.
He tried to get out late, and that did not go well.
Somebody laughed, right?
Oh. Now they can go get him.
Like a bug to a bug zapper, and you're just dead.
Oh, boy. That had to make the funniest sound.
You know, doink.
Boom, you get that vibrating glass
That whole
sound.
door is just vibrating.
Yeah. Boom. Just the thwack. Like the pterodactyl just flew into it. Just bam. And then.
Reverberations.
The
That's what it was.
reverberations. Oh, that is great. I mean, that store, this was Bellevue, Washington. Okay. So
That makes sense then.
That store still got ripped off for a shitload. Their insurance is going to go up and everything else. But, I mean, at least you got one of them.
Why aren't you locking that shit down?
Yeah, I don't know why that expensive shit isn't behind glass. I mean, you go to like just a regular jewelry store and
It's all locked.
everything's under glass and
Fuck that. I go to, you know how I shop at Plato's Closet on occasion because it's fucking cheap?
yeah.
They lock down any of their name brand bags and shit in like an actual case that they have to physically unlock. And that's a secondhand store.
At Plato's Closet?
I'm not fucking kidding you.
Wow. Yeah, that's...
I mean, if they can do it, I think Louis Vuitton can do it.
All right, let's do this. Let's play you the Cooking with Jack show. Now, I found this on R Cringe, but I was also hesitant to play it because I feel this to be Mersh's territory.
Okay.
On Nightwave Radio, Mersh watches Jack Scalfani, I believe his name is, the Cooking with Jack show, and he makes fun of what a lazy-ass cook and what a terrible cook Jack is. But he has the confidence of Gordon Ramsay.
I like him already.
April, I want to watch you. I want you to judge Jack Scalfani and him making lazy man stuffing.
Okay.
And I don't want to spoil too much, but
is
I have
it stovetop?
I have a question for you.
Yes.
Is stuffing supposed to be crunchy?
Not except for like maybe a tiny bit on the top.
I'm talking about the bread.
Before it's wet, yeah.
No. When you eat it.
Oh, no.
Okay. Let's watch
Not
Jack.
at all.
Oh, see, he dodges his...
Show it.
Oh, sorry, guys.
Okay, guys, we continue Thanksgiving Away from Home series. And once again, if you're just joining us for the first time, we already did mashed potatoes and gravy. We're going to freeze dry that. We're doing an entire Thanksgiving dinner for a few...
What, you don't want freeze-dried mashed potatoes and gravy?
Why aren't you just eating it?
He's sending it to, like, troops and shit. So it's for a good cause.
Okay.
But
you know
watch
what?
this
Now I
shit
feel
he's
like
going to send them.
I feel like a bag of shit now.
Then we're going to ship it overseas to somebody who's enlisted in the Army, private first class. This is the gentleman. And
He forgot his name.
You had one name to remember.
He wanted to say private first class and then say the guy's name. And he goes, that's his name?
It's Robert.
I really appreciate it. He's the son of a dear friend of mine. So we're going to be sending this.
How did a deer have a human child?
Well, they fucked it. Crossbreeding.
Just figured if it's a deer friend of his.
Somebody hopped on a doe real quick
Oh,
and,
okay.
you know.
Whole dinner.
Thank you for bombing with me.
You're welcome.
I appreciate that.
Freeze dried, which is safe to ship it after that to him over in the Army, wherever he's stationed. So that I think it's his first. It is. I know for a fact. It is his first Thanksgiving away from home. So we want to make sure he eats right for the holiday. Today we're doing the stuffing for the turkey. We're going to do the turkey separate. We'll do the stuffing. Basically, this is kind of leaning towards the recipe I've already showed you. The perfect stuff.
It just feels like
what's your problem?
A total lack of charisma, and it's really dragging.
You don't think Jack is like a good cooking show presenter?
Not yet, and he's slapping the top of that milk carton so many times.
So far you don't have confidence that this man will make a killer stuffing.
I like his, goals here. I like what he's doing.
It's a nice thing to do.
It's very nice. I do appreciate that. He's very slow.
Stuffing, you guys, I don't know if you've ever seen it. You can go look it up. But it's where you lay out all the bread and get it stale, and then you chop it into cubes. Well, I thought, why do that when you can just buy some croutons that are flavored?
What?
You don't make stuffing out of croutons.
You don't?
You can't buy a simple ass bag of Pepperidge Farm shit.
You can't.
I have a bag upstairs. I will donate.
You can't make stuffing out of croutons?
I wouldn't.
Oh.
Are you fucking kidding me?
All right, well, let's see how Jack does it.
Oh my God.
Garlic and cheese, they're already made, and I don't have to. It's kind of a lazier version, so we're going to make.
Is it?
Lazy Man's Thanksgiving stuffing for Thanksgiving away from home.
Hold on. I like that he's making a lazy stuffing for a man that's serving overseas.
Yeah, way to put an effort in for a man who's a hero, Jack.
All right, now that I've explained it all, get in. Let's look at the ingredients. All right, I believe we got it all right here. As you can see, we got gobs.
That's a fuckload of holy
You
shit.
do need butter.
2.5 sticks, though? Really?
I don't think I use 2.5 sticks, no.
Jesus,
I think
hope
about
not.
one. I think
The
I use
butter.
one.
We got the croutons, which is going to be kind of our stuffing instead of the breading. The bread cubed up.
The bread cubed up you can buy separately. Why do croutons is unnecessarily lazy.
That's almost the opposite of lazy. He's making more work for himself. He could have bought just even a box of that stovetop shit. It's like $1.29.
Right. That would be lazy
it's
man
gross,
stuffing.
but it is lazy.
We're going to use croutons. So we've got bags of croutons.
What the fuck?
We've got the...
and those croutons are huge. Like, you buy
They're
stuffing
big.
and it's small little cubes.
I hope he's going to chop it.
Okay.
sausage. We got one with sage and one mild. We're going to be adding sage to our... That's exactly what makes that smell, that Thanksgiving stuffing smell. It's really beautiful. So we got sage right here.
That and Jack Sweat.
Yes.
And then what do we got here? It is poultry seasoning. And then this is called marjoram leaves. Okay? I've always had this seasoning.
You don't have confidence in this guy's cooking
Do you want to know
knowledge?
something?
What?
If he had just gotten a simple, cheap bag of actual stuffing mix, it comes pre-seasoned.
Yeah.
Doesn't need all these seasonings he can't pronounce.
Can't find it. Don't worry about it. It's not a killer if you leave it out.
Isn't that funny? Like a cooking show where you're like, here's the ingredients. By the way, fuck all this shit. You don't need it. Like, who gives a fuck?
You got onions, celery, you got raisins, walnuts, milk, salt and pepper, and that's about it. It's pretty much it. I have to tell you, this literally is like the best stuffing I've ever had.
All right,
That's
ready,
why
April? The best stuffing he's ever had.
I don't think you put milk in stuffing either.
I always
It's broth.
make
You
it
don't
every
use
year.
milk. It's broth.
So you're upset with the milk
Jesus
too?
Christ, man.
You're not
It's
happy with
always
Jack's
broth.
cooking.
It's chicken broth.
All right, guys. So let me give you a visual here. Okay.
I like his setup.
I got a big thing of croutons.
Oh, he made them small. He got small croutons.
I'm gonna
That
brown
might work
sausage
then.
here. I'm gonna saute the celery and onions here. Okay, guys, we're all fired up. We're gonna take our butter.
That is so
Drop
much
in the
That
butter.
is a lot of butter,
Oh my
Jack.
God.
Sausage.
He's trying to
Stuff in
fatten
the pan.
Robert up.
Yeah.
Things are gonna start ripping and rolling now. This is when it all kicks off. We're
I
gonna
hear-
saute the vegetables in here. We're gonna cook the sausage in here. Once we're done, we're gonna put it all together. Throw a splash of little milk in there. Boom.
I like
And we're
his
gonna start
stove.
throwing everything together.
Oh, those are big crouton chunks. Those are
That's not the biggest. I'm not like overly concerned.
okay. April's okay with that.
Here's all your croutons. Got tons.
Oh,
of
that is
croutons.
big.
Yeah, those
Oh,
are
you gotta
big
All
chop
mixed
croutons.
together.
that,
I got
man.
different flavored croutons.
Those are big. Okay,
At least-
those are the full square croutons.
You could at least chop them in half.
We're gonna let that absorb all the liquid. It's gonna
Zorb
be
it.
awesome. Let's get this going.
Zorb it. Yeah, it's Zorb.
Okay, we got all the vegetables made. We're gonna drop.
We'll get
those
all
in
the
first.
butter.
What?
Christ almighty. You know what, though?
What?
He's making the biggest bowl ever.
Okay.
That is actually appropriate.
All right, so you're okay
It'll
with the
get
butter
spread
now.
around, yeah.
All that buttery goodness. There we go.
It's appropriate.
Now the meat goodness right here. Drop that.
Oh, that is that not done?
That is not done. It's pink.
Oh no, Jack! No, I can see the pink in the sausage.
up.
You can't undercook pork,
Nope. Pork and chicken. No undercooking it.
dude. I see, dude. I see stringy raw meat right
We
there.
saw hunks of
I
pink
see
going in.
hunks of pink right there. Jack, no, Jack, put that sausage back in there for a while, bud.
Here's the only thing is if he does cover this in like a dish and like bakes it for a while, maybe.
Jack's going to poison our troops.
Looks good. See how we're doing. All right. Oh, and I don't know if you can see this. We got the raisins and walnuts.
Okay, there's your raisins and walnuts.
Not the worst.
Not the worst. That's fine. But the
This is
pink
the original
sausage is
recipe.
bothering me. Are you going to be stressed out if he doesn't put this in the oven?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going by.
So now he's stirring it
All
up.
right, so let's, and then we're gonna take a little.
You didn't stir it. You didn't stir it. You touched the top.
You don't think that was a good stir?
You didn't even dig in.
You think those croutons are going to be nice and soft like stuffing should be?
I don't even know how to compare. He just grazed the top of
Yeah.
it.
Little milk.
Not with the milk. Stop with the milk.
No? You don't like them?
And now we're gonna slowly
toss
this.
All right.
Now, I've never done it with the croutons. I've done it with the bread, and the bread absorbs a lot faster. This is going to take definitely overnight, too.
That's because they overbake croutons so they stay crunchy.
You're saying that those that rattling noise is not something we're supposed to be hearing in a finished stuffing?
Nope.
Are you
not at
nervous
all.
about the bite he's going to take?
I'm really nervous. Is this the finished product? He needs to bake this.
We'll see.
Absorb all the grease from the sausage, the butter from the
Dude, I can still see hunks of pink in this sausage.
I see it too.
Everything's going to just blend together.
Jack, you can't serve this to humans.
This is too chunky as well.
That.
It's so chunky.
Look at in there. That's all pink.
And look at how chunky this is. It's not supposed to be that big.
This portion here is going off
it.
to the boys.
What?
He didn't bake it.
No, it doesn't look like it. You ready for his bite?
No.
Should we see if it sounds like stuffing?
Okay.
The guys, I'm sure he's going to share this with his friends. That's why we're making a little extra. But let's try this stuffing out, see how it is, see if it tastes.
What do you think?
He's going for a weight loss program. He's going to shit his brains out for days.
You think the pink sausage and the croutons are not going to work out too
He
well?
loves a good pink sausage.
Yeah. Like past stuffings.
That's not good.
What?
It's not supposed to crunch.
You don't. Stuffing isn't supposed to crunch like that.
Stuffing is soft.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Wow.
He's very pleased with himself, April.
Wow.
He's very pleased with the outcome.
And I see he's married, so he's got somebody at home that eats this shit with him.
Yes, he's gonna send this to our heroes with the pink sausage and the crunchy croutons.
Oh my God, you guys. Unacceptable.
Came out perfect.
No, it didn't. It was
really
crunchy.
didn't, though. It's
This is gonna
undercooked
be
and
great
crunchy.
food. I can't wait till he tries it.
And shits his head off.
Once again, we're doing Thanksgiving away from home, taking her one of our own that's overseas. So I love you guys, and I will see you on the next Thanksgiving away from home video.
Okay, you see where I'm at right now?
Okay.
He seems so kind. And
Yeah.
he's trying to do the right
He's
thing.
trying
And
to
that
do
pulls
the
at
right
my
thing.
heartstrings because I want to be that person someday.
Yeah. Razov Chaz is saying it
But-
sounds like cereal.
Yeah, you can't have that. What is wrong with you?
Troy says you break your teeth off those fucking croutons.
Dude, not only that, you've eaten croutons before. Doesn't it scratch your fucking mouth up?
Yes, Brian
Really
says
bad?
rare sausage and crunchy croutons soaked in butter. Yeah, that's not really, I don't know if that's really stuffing.
not stuffing.
Necessarily. He's going to live on the shitter for a week. He
Exactly.
should send underwear to this soldier, says Roland.
Send a new pack.
Jack, so that if you guys ever want to see some really good Jack stuff, I just shared that one because April cooks a lot, and it was on our Cringe, which I go to for show prep. But if you want a lot of good Jack reviews, Mersh does a lot of them, and
I'm gonna have to look at that.
oh boy,
That does bother me.
you didn't think it was good?
No, do you? I kind of want to play this again, and I'm sure we won't. But like, remember the trailer home like cooking videos that were really, really bad with the super messy trailer home? Come on, we did it on the show.
No, those were just squatted houses, I think.
I thought they were cooking in one.
The messy hoarder houses?
Yeah, they made like hot dogs and shit.
Yeah, those weren't just trailer. Those were like apartments, houses, anything.
But they cooked in them.
Yeah.
That makes me want to watch
With
that.
like candles and shit.
Mhm.
It was really, really bad. Well, I tell you what. We are really close to overtime right now. Should we just do the Zumach shitting on Steel Toe?
Sure.
I got this from Frank. I almost said Frank Caliendo. Frank Pellegrino.
How dare you?
You can see where I'd make the mistake. By the way, we also just put up a very trolly, what I'm calling my favorite stuttering, or our final Stuttering John clip that we'll ever put out until John comes back and creates new content. I put out a new one that I'm sure is trolling out John and he's not happy with it. I called it our farewell to Stuttering John. And I said, in honor of his retirement from podcasting and him leaving the game entirely because of the trolls, we're honoring John with our final review of his content. And I'm sure that John is going to see this eventually. Go, I'm not retired. I didn't quit. And he's just going to lose his fucking shit. You
should have tagged his alt account.
I really named it that way to really kind of dig the knife in.
Got it.
If you will. Oh, and also thank you to all my followers. I reached over 1,600 on Twitter today. I saw that you're over 500.
How did you see me?
I looked at your...
Why are you looking at my Twitter?
I looked at your Twitter.
I don't look at my Twitter.
Yeah, you've got over 500. April Imholt on Twitter.
Incredible.
It's that simple.
I'm moving up.
Mersh has another cooking guy he watches, Old Mobster, who teaches prison cooking. Oh, that could be fun.
That sounds kind of cool, actually.
With Stuttering John, if you go to Clamoring Carl on Twitter, that's his alt account. If you go to Clamoring Carl and you tell Clamoring Carl, hey, sorry to hear about your retirement, John. I wish you the best in your future endeavors. It's sad that we won't be hearing your podcast anymore. That could be kind of fun. Have a little fun with old Stuttering John. Let's check out the new Stuttering John, a guy who we've moved on from John to follow, and that's Chad Zumock. Chad Zumock is so much funnier to follow than Stuttering John because Chad does not have the career success history that John does with the Howard Stern Show and the Tonight Show with Jay Leno. He's 50, bloated, looks like he has an alcohol belly. He's doing YouTube dry bar specials. He's not making a living doing comedy. It looks like he's sleeping on a couch.
He's rotund.
Somewhere. It's not going well for Chad. He's got a lengthy criminal record. Stalking, credit card stealing, DUIs. Failed out of radio. He's got 80 people on his Patreon, which I don't know why Chad doesn't just eliminate the Patreon and just do this stuff on YouTube. Well, I'll tell you why. He's got 1.9 thousand subscribers, and his videos get... Let's take a look at the last thing Chad did and see how it did view-wise. 173 views 8 days ago. Okay, so now I see why Chad's not doing this on YouTube. Well, in his latest episode that Frank found a link to on YouTube, and it has 12 views.
12?
Chad's got 12 views on his latest video on YouTube.
Actually, props to him. I would have thought he had more than that.
Props, absolutely. Props to Chad. Hey, guys, let's do this. Let's have some fun. Let's go old school steel toe. Chad's new episode talks about steel toe 5 minutes in. Drop by and say hi to Chad in the comments. You know, nice things. Review his material. Go watch his video. Review the material. Leave some comments. And by the time we're done tonight, I want to refresh this video and read your guys' comments. So I'm going to pin that to the top of the page. There you go. That's the episode we're about to watch of Chad Zumock. They're calling him in the chat 12 View Zumock. I think that's a fun nickname.
Not good.
Thank you, Cherokee Girl. Says, just found y'all. Love the show. Larry Lawton is the prison guy. All right, we'll check that out.
Thank you.
Drop another $5 into tomorrow. Thank you guys very much for your support. So we go to Chad Zumock and his podcast. I don't know if you can call it a podcast if you have less than 100 people watching it.
I don't think so.
And I'm not saying 100 at a time. I'm saying 100 ever. He's got Tyler Sovchik on again, the Charisma Vacuum.
Why is he doing this?
I don't know why Chad ever has a co-host because he always, and he's going to do it in this video again too, where he goes, oh, and Sovchik, you don't know anything about this. It's always a good thing to do with your co-host.
I've said before that I think he picks somebody who doesn't know about it so that he can fill that guy's brain with all this shit and have somebody on his side.
Well, remember, in our last Chad video from last week, we talked about that Facebook post from 2019 where that girl laid out the kind of abusive behavior that Chad kind of engages in. It's the same thing he's doing now with the compound people. And Chad has recently been watching, well, not recently. Chad's been watching our stuff for a while, but he's been racking his brain, and Chad has been so nervous and so rattled by our mockery of him. He hasn't been able to figure out, do I address them? Do I not address them? What do I do?
Do I know who they are? Do I not know who they are?
Do I know who they are? Do I not know who they are? Have I listened to them? Have I not listened to them? Were they cool in high school? Were they not cool in high school?
No.
Chad is back to his old gimmick. Okay. This time he's mentioning steel toe, and you can tell he still has that interpersonal struggle on each side of that little walnut brain of his, and he doesn't know quite how to address it. The funniest part of this clip that we're going to play is he claims that we're just trying to impress Chrissy and Frank. The irony of that is we didn't even meet Chrissy and Frank until we started shitting on Zumach.
Didn't Frank reach out to you?
Yes. I was
Okay.
talking to Frank today, and I'm like, you know what's funny about this delusional fuck? Is that we started this Chad shit. We started the shitting on Chad Zumach because everyone was doing the Stuttering John thing.
Mm-hmm.
And we went, oh, this motherfucker's way worse. He's Stuttering John 2.0. And then he started behaving like Stuttering John 2.0. Frank reached out to us, said, hey, you're doing great work with the Chad stuff. I'm so glad you got that started. Carl liked what we were doing, the whole deal. So Chad's like, oh, all these guys are just trying to impress Carl and Chrissy. And it's like, actually, Chad, we all think you're a douche, and we found each other through your douchiness. So thank you. Let's watch Chad Zumach talk about Steel Toe. And go, of course, go watch this yourself. The link is in the chat. And let Chad know what a great job he's doing from the Steel Toe audience.
Of course.
I give assholes.
Yeah, keep it going.
Okay. Now, I pulled this one, but then I got one this morning. I want to start with the one this morning, and we'll jump into the one I originally pulled on Friday. This one comes, I'm not going to give the name out.
Oh,
I'm not a doxer. It just says, now, Tyler, you're not even going to know what the fuck I'm talking about, but I do.
This is my favorite part of the
It's not a
Chad
good start.
Zumach show. Imagine if everything I talked about, I went, April, by the way, shut the fuck up. You're not going to know anything about this. Just let me riff.
Tell you what, I wouldn't be here because I'd be annoyed.
It says, Steel Toe owned you this morning on their show. You look like a bitch coming after him in the chat room. You're just a coward. Okay.
Now, personally, I wouldn't feel the need to read that on my show. It makes me look like a real sack of shit.
Kinda.
But hey, look, nobody has ever accused Chad of avoiding stepping on the rake and hitting himself in the face. The brilliant thing about Chad Zumach is every time he steps on the rake and hits him in the face, he looks at everyone and goes, I'm fucking killing it, right? As he gets like the cartoon knob coming out of his forehead.
Yeah.
He's the man.
That is him.
Okay. Do you know anything I'm talking about, Tyler, right now?
No, but if you got steel toes, he must be like a construction worker.
Yes. I am a construction worker. That's why I do a show.
Oh.
Sovchik, good God, man.
This is bad.
Chad has already said, hey, the Steel Toe show. And Sovchik goes, oh, does he work construction?
I do, actually.
Yes. My lesbian wife works construction during
Precisely.
our podcast.
I think, okay, what's going on here? And I said I was never going to address this guy because...
There's a victory, ladies and gentlemen. Steel Toe wins again. Chad has not even started taking his dose of copium, and already Steel Toe has won. I said I wasn't going to address this guy, but guess what? Chad got so full of shaky rage that he had to address it because he was getting the shit. Look, if someone's making fun of you and they're doing it poorly, you don't bother.
No.
If someone's ripping on you and it's getting to you, you're like, I have to address this or I'm going to go insane. We've gotten to Chad so bad where he has to turn the valve and let the steam out or he's going to self-destruct, which, by the way, is still happening. Even
it'll come.
Even with the venting.
He's just, what happens is all these like lower level tier podcasts, these wannabe O&As, they grew up listening to O&A.
Yes.
So they're playing radio shock jocks.
Okay, did you not do that?
Yeah, at least, hey, Chad, at least we're in the game, Mr. 12 Views. I mean, look, I love having you as a buffoon to make fun of because we're still growing. There's a good amount of channels we're bigger than, but not too many that we can really kick the living shit out of. And Chad, God bless you. You and your 12 views, that does allow us to do that.
He's like a flea.
Yeah, and it's a lot of fun.
There's a million of them out there.
This isn't someone that's on the actual radio. This is just...
No, he's just playing podcasts. He's playing shock jock radio guy.
This guy's not even a podcaster.
I refuse to learn the guy's name. That's how insignificant.
Oh, Chad. Now, see, Chad, if you're going to lean in. Don't lie. This is why Chad didn't make it in radio. Our ratings in radio were way higher than anything Chad did. This is why Chad didn't make it in radio. Well, that and the drinking. This is why Chad hasn't made it in comedy. Well, that and the credit card theft and the stalking and the drinking. And this is why Chad won't make it in podcasting. In order to connect with an audience, Chad, they have to get the feeling that you're not completely full of shit. And your biggest problem is your insecurity becomes you. You hate all these people. You obsess over them, but you won't tell your audience that. You still try to keep the cool Billy Madison going back to high school vibe going. And it's so see-through. If you would just admit, I know Aaron, I know Steel Toe, I watch it all the time, I hate when they shit on me, so I'm going to fire back at him. But instead, he does this half-assed thing where he goes, I wasn't going to mention these guys, but now I'm mentioning them. And their show sucks. Well, I don't know their name, but I was watching their show. But I don't watch it, but it's terrible.
He also does know your name because you two have went back and forth on Twitter, which has your name in it.
Chad knows the name. He's so bad at this. He does not know how to approach it. He's fighting with himself constantly. Say his name, don't say his name. Chad, when you're good at this, you can say everybody's name. Notice we plug everybody's podcast, whether we like him or not, because we figure you'll come back.
This guy has no time to learn either. He's 50.
No, it's over for Chad.
People sent me a couple things to me, like little clips, and I watched one of them. He was interviewing E-Rock, who used to be on the Opie and Anthony show.
Who was an absolute sweetheart, and he wrote to me and said, we did a great job on Who Are These Podcasts, and he's going to do the show again. Great to have E-Rock.
E-Rock's great.
And yeah, here's the other thing Chad can't admit. He can't admit he's ever been influenced by anyone.
Nope.
He, honest to God, wants people to think he's an original. And honestly, if I were his influences, I'd be really happy about that because I don't want people to know that I'm responsible for such a failure.
Either,
right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're heavily influenced by Opie and Anthony. We say that on our show. Like Howard Stern, Opie and Anthony, George Carlin, those are my three favorite guys. Those are kind of who shaped me as a broadcaster. Chad sees that as a negative. I would rather be influenced by those shows and follow the roadmap that they built towards building a great show than be quote unquote an original like Chad Zumock with 12 views and not know what the fuck I'm doing day to day. Chad, honey.
He was like their producer. And I clicked it on, I'm watching this guy, and he's like starstruck over E-Rock. And this guy's I know E-Rock. I used to be friends with him. He's a
Did you catch that?
Keywords used to.
Chad, you used to be friends with a lot of people until they got to know you and they started carrying their wallet in their front pocket around you. By the way, I was there for the E-Rock interview. I have a feeling our audience watching right now. I'm sorry, Chad, an audience is when you have more than one person watching your shit at a time. You got to slow things down for Chad. He's caveman. When we had E-Rock on, I don't believe there was a lot of starstruckness there. I believe there was. I was very grateful to have him on the show. And we actually had a really good interview.
I don't think you've been like starstruck behavior with anybody.
Yeah.
You guys are all very comfortable and professional.
I think Chad wants that to be the case.
Right.
He's grasping at straws.
Fucking dork. And he's like, you could tell he's like a big O&A guy and he couldn't believe he got him on the show. And you could tell he's just an amateur. Like it's amateur hour because they all want to like be like the next whatever that thing.
You're right, Chad. I should get a Sennheiser microphone and shitty free Apple headphones that came with my iPhone. And I should do a really professional podcast.
Okay, Chad, have you had E-Rock on? Has he had E-Rock on?
Here's what he would say. I don't want E-Rock on. My show's good enough. Chad, we've watched your show. You can't do your show and then tell people with a straight face that it's better this way. I will admit, I don't have Tyler Sofchik.
No.
I don't have Tyler Sofchik.
That guy's like a camera operator. He's not even a podcaster. He admits all the time he has no idea what we're talking about.
He is there to be Chad Zumock's emotional tampon because Chad can't control himself.
Yes.
You see Chad coping about Steel Toe. We've been kicking the shit out of him, and all he has, again, he goes back to the high school thing where he goes, well, E-Rock's a fucking dork. Okay, fine. E-Rock's a dork. Gave us a great show. Did an awesome job. He's so full of this hostility, and he won't. Chad would be so much better off if he would just admit what this was. I want to be bigger. I want to have. I mean, if we're nobody and we're amateurs, Chad, we've got at least 10 to 20 times the audience you do. It's probably more than that. So if I'm an amateur and a nobody, here's the scary part for you, pal. What the fuck are you? Like, I don't mind. I don't have the ego you do. I don't care if I'm an amateur, my show sucks. Look. Chad should think those things about this show.
Yeah.
We beat the shit out of him on a regular basis.
We're not nice.
He should not think this show is good. But Chad, a mirror, please.
Is, and they're all copying each other. They're all doing the same shit. They're going after me. They're going after John. They're going after Opie. They're going after Brendan Schwab. They're doing all
so
the same.
So you pay attention, clearly, because you just said chapter and verse what we do sometimes.
Right. Chad, we do a 4-hour show. And at the end of the 4 hours, we pick one of you to have fun with. You're our dessert. We have our appetizer, our main course. We talk about the news. We do lots of jokes. And then we go, oh, guys, wasn't that a delicious meal? You know what would top this off? The human bag of douche that is Chad Zumock. Let's watch this man melt down in real time. And then the next day we'll go, let's watch Opie melt down in real time. Yeah. Let's watch. Now, Brendan's different than them. Brendan is more talented than Chad Zumock.
He is.
Brendan is more talented than Opie. Brendan's fun because he's just a big goof.
I love Brendan so much.
I don't hold any animosity towards Brendan.
I wish Brendan would respond to me.
Yes.
I really do.
I don't hold any animosity towards Chad either. I mean, I don't hold any animosity towards my food,
Sure.
And Chad is he's our dessert at the end of our show. But he has to have this ego where he's like, they just talk about me, Chad. You don't provide enough content.
Don't you like that, though? No one else is saying your name.
Yeah, you should be thanking. You should be sucking my dick. I'm the only person keeping you on the radar, pal.
Shit. So this guy, he's constantly he's trying to get my attention so bad. And what I do is I don't watch any of it because
I watched him do the E-Rock thing. He was a total fanboy. I don't watch any of it.
You just debunked all that. You listed all of our fools too.
This is why, Chad would never play clips of us shitting on him on his show.
Yeah.
Because it would be too accurate. I will play clips of Chad shitting on us all day long because it's that walking into the rake, hitting yourself in the face and thinking, nailed it.
I really do just kind of listen to him talking and I feel glazed over like, oh, this doesn't really feel like anything.
You mean you glaze over like Sovchik does when he rants about these people?
Look at him. That guy's not present.
He's falling asleep.
I don't know what that guy is, but he's something weird.
So Zumock he just goes over everything. Oh, talks about Opie, talks about Brendan, talks about me, talks about this, sounds like we talk about a lot of stuff on this show. Mm-hmm. Sounds like a pretty good show. You should check it out. I wish he had listeners that we could steal. But he goes, he does this, he does that. I listened to his E-Rock interview. He was a fanboy. I don't know anything about him. I don't listen.
Who is that guy again?
I almost want to help Chad shit on me. It's like, Chad, I deserve for you to be better at this than you are.
You could do a Chad special one day where you actually wrote out like an itinerary of how to go through shitting on you.
Yes. Chad, say this about us. That'll be funnier. I should write for him so he's actually funny when he shits on us.
That could be cool.
He also, this was definitely brought on by that Facebook thing that we talked about on our show.
Yeah.
That
the
got to
girlfriend,
him.
The ex-girlfriend.
The ex-associate, girlfriend, worker, whatever it was, who totally laid out what he did to her is exactly what he's doing to Carl and Chrissy and me. Well, not really me. He's failing miserably at this. That got to him. That shook him on a level where this came out of him. And I'm really proud of that.
Because if you don't watch it, it doesn't exist. And plus, it's just not that good. And if you watch what Shuli and Bob Levy are doing on Uncle Rico with Stuttering John, the reason why it works, two reasons. One, they're comics and they're hilarious. Yeah. They're very funny with it. And they're funny and they know what to do and they know how to play with it.
Watch this.
Two, they know John. We all know each other. I don't know.
Oh, so only if you personally know someone can you build an entire show around them. Because remember, his whole thing with who are these podcasts and me and everyone else, oh, they just make fun of these 6 people or whatever and this and that, and that's bullshit. But then he picks a show that is literally only about one guy ever, and all of a sudden, that's really cool and awesome. And why? Because he wants to suck Bob Levy's dick.
Yes.
Chad, this is desperation. You want Shuli to like you. You want Bob to like you. You want these guys to elevate you to the next level because you've tried it on your own, and it's not working. So then you give them a pass because he accuses other people of oh, they're just sucking dick to get to this level. What are you doing, Captain Contradiction?
I don't know who any of these people are. The Ski Mask. I don't know these people at all.
You just mentioned Ski Mask Collective. You can't mention people and say you don't know who they are, Chad. Oh, I don't want him to go away because he never learns.
I don't
and
think
it's
he'll
so
go
funny.
away. He's kind of like, to me, he's a cockroach. Like, you can't kill it.
Oh, he's great.
And they're trying to do what Julian, all the Kumia does, and they're doing a shitty version of it. It's just a watered down, shitty version. These Carls, it's not that good. So if you don't watch it, it doesn't exist, and they're not on the radar. And
he wanted to say they're not on my radar until he realized I've been ranting like a psychopath, contradicting myself about these people for the last 3 minutes.
And poor little Tyler's just sipping his water, just shrugging like, nah.
Sovchik has to be Sovchik. I gotta talk.
What a waste of time.
Ignore Chad for a second. Sovchik, get off this show. What are you doing?
You're wasting your life.
You're a photographer. You've got a life. Yeah, I don't know. You maybe have a family. Dump this fucking loser. What are you doing on this show? I mean, no offense, buddy. You don't add anything. We've watched you. You don't know anything that he's ranting and raving about. Free yourself. Liberate yourself, Sovchik. You'll be a happier guy. This guy is a ticking time bomb. He's cancer. He's wrecked everything he's ever tried. Just, Sovchik, step away. It'll be better for you.
Like I said, I refuse to know the guy's name because he's just some tryhard.
So wait a minute. When you type in @Aaron Imholt on Twitter when you're bitching and complaining about me, that doesn't stick. Sorry, Chad, I don't believe it.
I don't like it that somebody like this gets to call people tryhards too.
Right, exactly.
Like, you're trying so hard.
The whole reason he got on our radar is because he went, I'm going to jump into the Stuttering John thing. And we went, this guy's going for clout. He's not doing it for the right reasons because John's funny and he wants to poke fun at him. He saw the views. Our channel, our show, when we were probably half the size we are now, we cut that shit off immediately. We cock-blocked him on the whole thing. We called him out, and he has held a grudge ever since because we stopped him from getting in on the Stuttering John thing. And then the Facebook stuff and finding out about the credit cards.
Nasty.
Just ripping the shit out of him. This guy. And watching him break over it has been, fantastic. The other thing is, he's talking about Carl, Chrissy, myself, and then going, they're just trying to get attention to grow their shows. Yeah, Chad. Let's adopt that. Here's the best part about Chad. You can adopt all of his points and then just own them even if they're not true and still make him look like a dick. So Chad, let's say you're right. Chrissy, Carl, myself, we're all just doing it for clout. And you are latching on to our backs to try and grow your show. So, okay, we are pathetic try-hard amateurs that you are leeching off of for clicks. Chad, you are not good at this, but please keep doing it. The tryhards and the amateurs will continue to allow you to piggyback on us so that you can maybe get more than 12 views next time around.
He's like a well of misfortune. You just keep going back to him.
It's a beautiful way to put it. Really, but he's a renewable well because the misfortune never stops.
It's like a spring. It just keeps refilling.
And with that being said, I won't watch any of his stuff. Continue to make shows about me. I could give a fuck.
I don't know, Chad. This doesn't sound like give a fuck, and I'm starting to see the mic shake, too. Might want to get a mic stand so people can't see how rage-filled you are.
I've actually always hated it when somebody's, like, holding their mic.
Oh, by the way.
I think it looks really tacky.
The guy holding the mic is calling us amateurs.
That's like our, like, backup travel mic, if we need one. For shows.
No, we have a Shure. That's like a shitty Sennheiser.
Oh, really?
That's even worse. That's a really bad mic.
Well, I retract.
And it doesn't affect me one way or another. And what ultimately happened...
Chad, you just spent 4 minutes of your show talking about it. This is why people don't listen to you. This is why your shit never hits. You can't be honest. As a broadcaster, Chad, and I'm going to teach you this because I am a professional, whereas you're an amateur. As a broadcaster, you have to be open and honest with your audience to connect with them. You keep playing this game in your own head because you're so self-conscious where you want to rant about the thing. Never gets to trashing it, by the way.
No.
Just gets frustrated and mad.
He's stuck.
And then you go, no, but I don't know who they are and I don't watch it. Chad. You're never going to get fans that way because they now know you just told them you're a liar and you're full of shit.
I just kind of want him to have like a breakdown moment where he kind of not even needs to cry, but he's just like, oh, I've been doing this all so wrong. And you just kind of put your hand on his shoulder like, buddy, it's going to be okay.
Chad,
and you'll never get there.
Yeah, you need help, bud. That's all.
Dude, I've been doing this since 2009.
That's the saddest part.
I wouldn't say that.
By the way, Chad's been doing this since 2009. Ask me how long I've been broadcasting.
How long?
Since 2006. Look,
Jesus,
Chad.
that is a long time.
Chad, if you want to call me an amateur, that's fine, but I'm 15 years younger than you, and I've been doing this 3 years longer. So I've got a professional setup. You're holding a Sennheiser with AirPods in. Best of luck to you, kid. Hey, go get 'em, Tiger. If you ever need any tips, let me know. I can help you out. And I know you don't have any money, so I'll do it gratis.
This isn't my first rodeo. I've gone battles with fucking Maxwell, Rover. Like, I've been through it. Stansberry, lower level tier dudes like you.
Look out. He's been in Cleveland radio, and he's gotten made fun of by hacky radio people. Oh.
Look at the big balls on Chad.
So that is 3 minutes of Chad Zumock copium, while Tyler Sovchik does nothing.
Not a
has
word.
nothing to add. He looks up our videos at one point and he goes, "Oh, do they do this for a living?" And Chad has to then do the thing where he goes, "Oh no, I think they ask for money from their audience."
So for a living.
Which one is it, Chad? Do you not know? Or do we ask for money from our audience? Like, every show. Every show does that, Chad.
We're working on getting rid of that part.
Yeah, and not only that, Chad's not working on getting rid of that part.
Right.
He's doing it, and they won't give him money. So he's mad at the shows who do well enough, and they go, "All right, guys, end of the show. This is where we're at. If you want this show to keep going, let's see if we can hit that number." And they go, "You guys have a really good show. We're gonna hit that number for you."
Poor Chad.
Pretty nice. So, guys, there's Chad again. It's just every time we watch him try to not mention us, he goes into a 4-minute rant, and it's just full of contradictions.
It's sick.
And coping.
I'm not going to mention this guy, but listen to how much I'm going to mention this guy.
He spins himself into more of a web than we do. Chad, we just laugh at you.
He's seriously stuck. It's like being stuck in the mud.
Yeah. We just kind of watch you and have a good time. You're the one getting all wound up. Do I say this? Do I not say that? You're so full of self-doubt that you don't even take the time to make fun of us. That's the worst part. You fight with yourself so much on the inside, you can't even fight with us, buddy. And by the way, thanks for the extra clip.
Thank you.
He goes, "Keep making shows about me." As Anthony Cumia would say, all right.
At least he actually said steel toe for his 12 viewers.
He did. His 12 viewers can now go watch Steel Toe. Guys, there's the Chad new episode. I want you guys to go and make your comments. Let's go see what our audience has had to say so far on the Chad Zumock thing. Let's grab the Zumock copium here. Has it grown in views? Let's see. Hey, it's more than doubled in views to 28 from 12. Good job, Chad. You did it. Here we go.
No, the people.
Uh-oh. P.A. Cheddar is commenting. And by the way, guys, again, there's the link. Click on it. Leave your comments. Let Chad know that we're riding with him. P.A. Cheddar writes, "Steel toe is in your head, Chad. Say their name. You know what it is. I would never know who you are if they never mentioned you, and neither would a lot of other people." Atomic Citizen says, "You should have opened with steel toe segments. They can only help you at this, but good luck with the Nova Scotia market."
I love him.
Standalone Cakehorn says, "Please make a vid wearing that sweet-ass captain's hat, and I have a prepaid $25 Visa card that's all yours. No questions asked, no charges filed."
It's a good one, sir.
David Chandler with a yikes sad. So you guys have now given him twice the views.
That's good.
That it had before. There you go. There's the link again. Before we get out of here in the next 5 minutes, let's see how much support we can get Chad Zumock.
Okay.
Let's see how much support we can give the guy.
Get his numbers up.
And get his numbers up.
It's just a watered down, shitty version. These Carls.
Yes. Carl. Of course, he's obsessed with Carl. Hey,
so many Carls.
Up to 31. Up to 31. Good job. He's deleting comments. Chad's deleting comments.
He's in there fast.
Guys, you got to get back in there.
No.
Chad's deleting comments. It went from 8 to 7.
That was so fast.
Guys, you got it. He's deleting comments. You got it. He probably thinks you're being mean. We're not. We want you to go in there and tell Chad what you think of his show and help him out and get him some views. That's all we want. I don't want you to harass the guy. I want you to help him.
We want to see Chad living his best life.
I want to see Chad being able to not sleep on a futon anymore.
I agree.
That's all I want. Chad, if you want a part-time job here,
I want to see him get
we're starting to get back up again.
I want to see him get a mic with a stand.
Yeah, Chad. Oh, we should mail him a mic stand.
And some headphones.
Decent headphones, yeah. JJ says, not bad, Chad, but you should wear your high school Letterman jacket next stream. Turtle says, I think Chad smells like old hot dog water and credit card fraud. I don't know if that's a smell.
Oh, that's super hurtful.
I don't know if that's necessarily a smell, you guys.
Oh, it's a smell.
They're very funny with it.
I didn't know. Oh, thank you. Did you hear that? He said they're very funny with it. What a nice guy. So there's the newest Chad Zuma. Oh, yeah. We're up to 10 comments now, so maybe he's not deleting. Triple N says, I bet this guy was really popular in high school.
And he was.
And that's a nice thing to write.
It is.
Absolutely.
I wish
a nice
I was still
thing
in
to
high
write.
school.
Yeah.
I would have gotten all the dick I wanted.
Oh, well, I'm sorry you didn't.
Was turned down at every turn.
Apologize for that. There you go. There's the link. He deleted the gift card comment, somebody said. Oh, Chad.
But why? Like, that's public knowledge now, so why delete it?
We're up to 36 views. We've tripled his views.
That's
We've
incredible.
tripled his views. That's pretty good. All right. We got a reply here. Never mind. Offer is off the table. I will just watch an old episode of The Love Boat, says Standalone Cake. Oh, he pulled back the $25 Visa gift card order. Chad could have really used that, you guys. He probably could get a mic stand for that.
A new captain's hat.
A new captain's hat? Sure. You guys got him up to 40 views from 12.
It's pretty good.
That's awesome. Thank you, guys. No, he's not live, by the way, Farfik Nugan. Just a Dabbler says, my 8 years of high school really changed my life. Well, you know what? Hey, way to persevere.
8 years.
Way to persevere.
That's incredible, sir.
Citizen M says, the more you talk about Chad Zumach, the more I like him. He's like if Stuttering John was a potential mass shooter. Thank you, Citizen
Well, according to Kevin.
Well, I mean, Kevin can probably spot him, you know?
Maybe.
You guys have him up to 49. Hey, don't forget to leave comments. Also, let him know how good his show is. Let him know that, Steel Toe's here to help. People are saying that link is old. No, that's the link.
That's the one.
I'll copy and paste it for you again. There you go. That's the link that I'm on right now watching it. Jay. Let's refresh one more time, and then we do have to get out of here tonight. We will put this clip up as a standalone because Chad is just too great.
He's fun.
Ooh, he's up to 56.
Man, you guys. There you go.
Guys, you are really killing it with these Chad Zumach views right now.
He started at 12.
Farfik Nugan says, Tyler, what's up? Oh, yeah, say hi to Tyler Sovchik. Bone Apple T says, Tyler, blink twice for help.
Good advice.
Probably is good to do a wellness check for him. Oh, you guys are up over 60 now for
That is
Chad's new
wild.
video. Hey, you're up over 60 views. They're saying old link. No, it's not an old link. I mean, that's right there.
It's really not.
It's working fine, and just copy and paste that, and you'll be right there. All right, let's do one more refresh. We're in the 60s now. You guys have really helped Chad out a bunch, and I appreciate that. And that's what Steel Toe can do for him. You know, we can really help Chad.
The helping hand of Steel Toe.
The helping hand of Steel Toe. All right, guys, thank you very much for everything tonight. We appreciate it. We hope we entertained you. We're way ahead for tomorrow morning as well, so thank you very much for that.
Thank you.
April, did you have fun?
Yes, I did.
I did too. I hope you guys did as well. We will talk to you tomorrow morning. Lots of stuff to do then as well. Take it easy and have a good night.